What up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. We West Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut. Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. How did
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
Gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy can be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap, Smitty and Jason Brown.
To the Coach JB show.
What up, man? We are in the building. It is Doc Talk Tuesday, Talk That Talk Tuesday, and it is Election Tuesday on the realest show on planet Earth. Lots to discuss, loaded lineup. Steve Kim, the Korean coach, Dr. Jesse Morse will hop in here in the first hour to give us some NFL injury updates. And of course, Alabama legend Trent Richardson will join us to break down all things college football. So it's a loaded lineup, man, and we know today is NFL free agency. It is the election and possibly the most critical, important election in the history of my lifetime, at least, maybe yours as well, if you're out there younger than me. So hey, get out there and vote, or get out there and don't vote and shut the fuck up after today ends, like I will. That just is what it is. So we're going to dive into it. On the realest show on planet Earth. So pound that like, subscribe, and also make sure that you head on over to BetUS, which this show is powered by, and use my promo code CoachJB and get you 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. So pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one, and let's get this realest show on planet Earth started. A lot going on, but obviously today trumps all things, and that is the election. Americans are heading to the polls to vote for their next president. Well, we hope it's just Americans, right? We hope the integrity of the American people holds weight with our government as we get ready to either vote for Vice President Kamala Harris or for former President Donald Trump. Each needs at least 270 electoral votes to win, as many of you should know by now. If you don't know that, then you should just shut the fuck up and not vote for anything and just go bury yourself somewhere. The battleground states of Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, and of course Pennsylvania and Wisconsin are expected to be a pivotal one on the path to victory. I believe, my personal opinion, Pennsylvania will hold the most weight of all the swing states that make the difference today. The polls are opening across the country, and a lot of you may or may not know, but the Dixville Notch vote, if anyone don't know what that is, it's been a decades-old tradition. Tiny little New Hampshire community up in the very top high northeast, Dixville Notch. They already vote. They vote at midnight Eastern in a traditionally decade tradition, old, kind of deal that they do, and it's already tied 3-3. So each Harris and Trump are tied with 3 votes each in that New Hampshire community of Dixville Notch. The candidates held their final campaigns over the past few days, and last night it ended. Harris ended her 107-day campaign in Pennsylvania, which I believe will be the swing state that finalizes this president, while Trump spoke in Michigan. where he has ended a 3-day or 3 of his presidential campaigns over the last few years. This, in my opinion, is the most significant election of my lifetime and many of yours. Today will tell the tale of our future here as true Americans. We will revisit this day in years to come and we'll say only a few different possible things. Either, quote, I told you so, or you were right. It's really that simple. God be with us. And if you vote, go vote. If you don't, shut the fuck up and keep it pushing as I will do. But what do I know? Let's dive into today's show. It is U.S. Election Day Tuesday and the NFL trade deadline all in one. Yippee-yay. The Chiefs took out the Bucs last night in overtime on Monday Night Football, and the Lions are acquiring former Pro Bowl DN Zadarius Smith in a trade from the Cleveland Browns already has happened. USC will start Jaden Maava over Miller Moss at quarterback versus Nebraska. The Bengals trade for the Bears running back Khalil Herbert just minutes ago, and so much more going on. The Lakers lose to the Pistons. Girls basketball started last night in college. Boys men's basketball started last night in college. We got it all now. Hockey's going full swing. My Doyers, the Dodgers, have their World Series champs. We got a lot going on, man. But before we begin, my lovely co-host, Naptown legend, Far East Sider 317, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, Indianapolis Colts defending, Caitlin Clark jocking, Fox Sports very own, Big Smitty.
What's going on, y'all, man? It's your main man, Big Smitty here. We live on the Huh?
You're not allowed to wear that hat, homie.
Why?
Why are you wearing that hat?
It just kind of go with my swag, you know what I mean? So, yesterday I told you my eye was tripping, and you was like, put your glasses on. I was like, I don't like wearing glasses, but I was like, you know what? My eye was really tripping yesterday. So I took my contact out all night, which I should do every night. And my eyes feeling a little better, but it's not all the way where I want it to be. So I'm going to try to wear glasses as long as I possibly can. I'm not wearing them to work because that's just not my swag, but I'm going to wear them all the way up until work and just let my eye rest a little bit. So the hat with the hood with the glasses kind of all bring it together, man. Your boy look kind of cool, really. So that's how
I told you, it makes you look, it mature you up, make you look more mature.
Appreciate that, man. So, and that's the look I'm going for, man. I'm just trying to, today's is a very important day, as you just alluded to in your great soliloquy intro monologue. And I'm just trying to, be on my mature stuff. I'm about to be 31 here soon. And I'm just trying to, take that next step as a man, as a mature young man, young brother, man. I'm excited to be here with you. Bailey in the background, and we got my man Jay Ram, we got Dre, Isaiah Plays, Jesse Hoskins, my cousin Keith Smith, we got Eric, Jared M, and Jesse Lund. So I'm happy, I'm excited. It's gonna be a crazy Tuesday. Dr. Jesse Morse gonna pull up probably at any time. When are he gonna pull up? So you gotta just stay here the whole show to find out. And you gotta hit that like button.
No doubt. You got your MAGA hat?
Nah, I was trying to see like if they sold it like at Costco, but I ain't see it. I ain't find a MAGA hat.
Hey, it's crazy. I'm confused on America now, man.
Talk to me.
We used to be able to wear whatever we wanted. You could wear.
Nah, we never could do that. Not in Cali. You couldn't wear a lot of hats. You couldn't wear out here.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm talking about like in general. Like, have you seen all the shit that they're like kicking cats out because they're wearing Trump shirts and shit in NFL stadiums?
Okay, so to my knowledge. And maybe I'm wrong, but from what I was told, and again, I could be wrong, when you're going inside a voting center, apparently you're not supposed to be wearing either side. You're not supposed to be wearing anything that's like pushing that could persuade somebody to vote for Kamala or Trump. Like, I don't think you're allowed to walk in with a vote for Kamala shirt or anything.
During an NFL game? During an NFL game?
Oh, well, I don't know. I thought you meant they were using the NFL like stamp to vote.
NFL paying ticket holders are getting kicked out.
That's crazy. That's crazy as hell.
I can't believe you haven't seen that. Guys have actually been kicked out for wearing a Trump shirt or a MAGA hat, and it's crazy because the other side can wear whatever they want, but you got this other side wearing shirts that they just want to wear. Like, that'd be like me wearing an ET phone home shirt, and they said, we don't want you to wear that. You got to leave. It's crazy. This has been happening for a while.
Is there a video of that? I haven't seen that. That's insane. I don't see
Yeah, it's all
I
over.
don't
They
see
kicked him out
how-
of 49ers here in California. 49ers fans couldn't get let in the game. They wouldn't allow him in the game. The Buffalo Bills just ejected or kicked out a fan the other day.
just for wearing the shirt. Like the fans wasn't heckling, the fans wasn't doing nothing. They just wearing the shirt.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Had a
That's
hoodie
insane.
on. Hoodie.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't know.
Old white dude in Buffalo got kicked out. I think a Frisco 49ers, some fans did it. Find the video, Bailey, and show Freddie Mac. So Freddie Mac's dumbass shut the fuck up because he always thinks
NFL policy that he cannot wear his Trump shirt in the first row. 100% false. 100% false. Right here.
It's not a Trump shirt. It's nothing political.
Nothing political. Nothing political in an NFL football game. Hey, Freddie Mac, are you watching? Hey, fuck boy, are you watching? You see it's real life? It really happened. You watching the video, Freddie? Fucking dumb fuck. But anyway, yeah, it does happen. Just because your algorithm on your fucking pro-black Twitter doesn't work right, doesn't mean it's not out there, you fucking idiot. Dumb fucks, man. You motherfuckers, you got your algorithm set for a fucking certain way, and then you want to talk shit like it don't exist. It goes both ways, by the way. Everyone that has Trump set up this way doesn't get an algorithm for this. And all you fucks get one that's set for this and don't get your algorithm that doesn't, and you really think it doesn't exist. That's the crazy shit. Like, open your eyes and go fucking look somewhere else, motherfucker. You motherfuckers are so stupid.
Hey, you and Freddie Mac, y'all need to shake hands and meet. And like, that's the Freddie one Mac's guy on here.
Clown. Freddie Mac's a clown.
But he's the one guy that you really go in on. Like,
no, I don't.
Nah, you be going in on Freddie, bro.
No, he just says stupid shit. He says dumbass shit. No, KCBD is by far worse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's the
look, hold on, look. That's funny though. You got to give it to him. That's kind of funny.
How's he back?
I think you just you do like a temporary suspension. You didn't like block him. Where G Wizzy at, man? Golly.
He was in there yesterday.
I'll leave the show for 5 minutes and y'all G Wizzy.
He was in here yesterday.
I don't know what you gonna do. What you gonna do this time? The next time I leave for a few days, you gonna kick out Keith Smith? Like, come on, homie.
Freddie Mac, Keith Smith, G Wizzy.
All my people that support me, you gonna delete them. But nah, on a serious note, that is crazy. I never knew that.
I don't block Freddie Mac. Freddie Mac, I like people to speak their opinion. I do. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to call him out on his bullshit either. He says he calls me out on my bullshit. Well, I just showed you. There's a ton of that shit. I just don't have time to just address Freddie Mac only when there's 2,000 people in the fucking chat. That's the problem. Anyway, Smitty, we got a lot to break down here. Make sure you head on over to BetUS today, our proud sponsor, powered by BetUS, and use the promo code CoachJB. Smitty, let's dive into the quote of the day, brought to you by BetUS. What up? I'm here for BetUS. BetUS is now powering the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty as our proud new sponsor. Head on over to BetUS today and bet all things Major League Baseball. We're in the thick of the playoffs. NBA is getting ready to start up, and the NFL is right dab in the middle of the season. You can bet it all on BetUS. Short, fast, skinny, tall, they bet it all. And make sure you use my promo code CoachJB and get you 150% off, up to $2,000 on your first bet and up to 125% off on your second and third bet if you choose to do so. Plus, you get insurance protection and gambler's protection on both second and third bets. So make sure you head on over to betus.com, use my promo code CoachJB, and make it happen. BetUS, the best offshore book in the business. Head on over there today. Is that proud new sponsor of the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. BetUS. Go check it out. Peace.
My favorite segment of the day. Come on, JB. What you got? I need something good for my day. What you looking at, homie? Victoria Sobolewski. I don't know, Eddie, but the fact that he's a Cowboy. Now go back to that. I don't know, Eddie, because the fact he's a Cowboys.
Why you want to see it again?
I didn't get a chance to. I was reading the comment, and then I wanted to see like if I knew who the person was. I know a Victoria. I'm trying to see Victoria.
I thought it said Monica Lewinsky. Hold on. So look.
Two things to be true, huh? Two things to be true, JB.
Hey, motherfuckers is pervert. Anytime a new female pop in the thing, motherfucker want to pull her picture up.
Hey, but that's how men are though. Like we could be in like locked in serious conversation talking about fucking the election today and why you should go here, why I'm voting this way, and let a baddie walk by. The whole you gonna stop your whole conversation, man. I'm trying to see though. Do you know that woman though?
I don't know. Victoria Sobolewski.
What's that last name? Like, what's her ethnicity? Like, what is she?
Victoria, what are you? Like, you some sort of what?
I don't want to even guess.
Polish?
Ooh, she's from Poland.
Polish, or she's probably some sort of anyway with a whiskey. It's got to be one Polish or Dirk Nowitzki.
If she got a son, he got a jumper on him. I know that. That's all I know.
German, could be German.
All of them can shoot.
Yeah.
Radmatovich.
Yeah.
Vucevic. All of them can shoot.
Yeah. Can we remove her now?
Yeah, that's Bailey.
Oh, I thought it was you. I thought it was you.
Show.
I sure couldn't go back and find that thing.
Right, you're gonna be scrolling for a minute.
Hell yeah. Shit is moving around. All right, poll question brought to you by Bet US. Let's get into it, man. It's on a great day. It's election day. It's NFL free agent day. It's Talk That Talk Tuesday. So why not have something about our freedom? Quote of the day. Freedom is the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
that right there is just straightforward. Like that right there is 2 + 2 = 4. Like that's the first thing we should learn.
That's what freedom is, Smitty. Freedom is the right to tell you what you don't want to hear. It is what it is. And nowadays you can't do it. You've been canceled. I've been canceled. We've had people want to cancel us. This is what it goes down to. This is what it is, man. Freedom should just be the right to tell you what you don't want to hear. Freddie Mac should be able to tell me what I don't want to hear. I should be able to tell him what he don't want to hear. And it is what it is. I shouldn't have to fucking be a snitch and call the cops on him. And I just think that's where we are, man, in America now. I don't understand it. Hoping for better days. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. Use my promo code CoachJB. The scariest place to be, contrary to belief, is in the same place as last year.
You must grow. You didn't finish the rest of it. You must grow.
I just put that for you.
That's powerful.
You see where the quotes end, homie. You got to read it. You know how to read quotes. The quotes ended, and then you must grow. That was
the quotes end at the end, homie.
Nah, quotes end after last year.
No, it don't.
Yeah, it does.
No, look at the screen. I'm not trying to be arguing with you.
I don't put that in there.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody messed it up then.
My bad. I didn't tell Bailey. Bailey probably did it.
Yeah. So okay. So I was right based upon how it's
yeah. Yeah.
It's all good.
You must grow. It was just for you. That was on me.
It's okay. But this is a powerful quote, and I actually like this a lot. This should be on a shirt if you haven't already had that on the shirt, because that's real. That's one of my things where
I got this on the shirt. I got this on the shirt.
Yeah, but I mean, after today, we'll never see that again. So I'm excited about that. But my thing is this.
Why
not? My thing is this: year to year, I'm all about trying to find ways to grow, even just a little bit, because my coach will always say, you either get better, or you get worse. You don't stay the same. You never stay the same. And that's a fact in life.
You don't. Scariest place to be. I do not want to be here next year.
Yeah. I want to be there. Like, I want your house next year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yeah. And I want to be.
And if you go to Arizona and you do. Yeah. Right.
And if Kamala wins, I want to be dead.
I also heard Kamala wins that Elon Musk said Twitter might shut down tonight. So be prepared.
Yeah. If she
wins, a lot of money on Twitter. So be prepared.
If she wins.
I know Elon said if she wins, he's gonna just shut it down because
I make no money on Twitter. Fuck Twitter. So
fuck
I don't.
Worm. You sound like Friday.
Yeah, I don't make no money. I get I had what was it, 100 million impressions or whatever last month.
Yeah.
I got $28. So no, I've been listen.
They pimping you, homie.
I'm on the other side on the Elon thing. A lot of folks love Elon and all this old shit. I don't fuck with Elon. I think he's a fucking bitch. He's fucked me on Twitter so bad. I don't fuck with Elon Musk. Just so. See, a lot of you motherfuckers don't. Oh, he's a Trump guy, so you gotta like him. I don't fuck with Elon Musk. I go at Elon Musk on Twitter if you've ever seen. I don't fuck with him. He is ruined. He's ruined the fucking site, in my opinion, with the whole blue check mark. Anybody can buy a fucking blue check mark. I used to be a fucking real verified person on there, and I didn't have to worry about some fuck with 2 followers having a check mark, and I have to really, before anyone with a check mark, Smitty, I'll be like, okay, at least he's somebody. I don't got to worry about, some fucking troll. Now I got to worry about Tom Cruise coming at me, and I look at it, and it's fucking Tom Cruise with no followers.
Now you got to go to their page. You got to like do homework and research and scroll and look. And
what he's done, Smitty, like, the space shit and all the robotic shit. If you're into that shit, cool. If you're not, I'm not into space.
I don't like that stuff either, though. Honestly,
I'm not into that shit, and I hate the fucking the armored car, the armored car. The fucking
what's it called?
That look like a fucking aluminum. Looks like a bunch of fucking aluminum foil wrapped over a fucking 2x4. I don't fuck with it. Like, I hate that car. I'm like, I don't like Tesla. I'll never drive an electric car, though. That's why I'm about to go stock up on a bunch of old schools. I'm going to go get me a 63 Riviera, 465 in that mother. I'm going to get me a 55 Chevy Bel Air, drop to the fucking ground, chop top.
Ooh.
I'm going to go get me a fucking a Bel Air wagon, a 57 Bel Air wagon. Yeah, that's all things my dad used to have. I fell in love with them when I was young. They're fucking unbelievable. So yeah, I'm gonna go get all those cars, and then because when Newsom is president one year in a couple years, that motherfucker's he's a demon anyway. He'll fuck around and get rid of all fucking gas cars, and they'll try to do electric everything, and we'll be the gayest fucking country in America, or in the world. But anyway,
well, you do know that we are. I think in like a year or two, it's already been locked in that we are moving away from selling gas-fueled cars out in here. Like that's already happening.
That's like 2030, I want to say.
Oh, so, okay. We still got, but I know what's happening though. So that is happening. So my biggest concern is, are they going like gas at some point? Or are they gonna just be like, fuck it? Like, nah, you have no choice but to get an electrical car. Like, we're not even.
That's crazy.
We
got one of our special guests though. It's Doc Talk Tuesday, and we got some NFL updates to get into. So Dr. Jesse Morse joining the show as he's driving across the country.
Car. He in the whip with it. Okay.
Hey, you going to get your vote in, huh?
I already did, but it threw my whole clinic schedule off. So now I'm sitting in a little bit of rain and Miami traffic near downtown.
Dr. Jesse, I ain't gonna lie, you look like a superhero right now. You look like the guy before you put the cape on.
Or serial killer. That motherfucker can pull up and just rip your face off and fucking and then PRP you and bring you back to life and all that shit. Hey, Doc. Where we at with what last night's games? I know there was a few guys that got put out of there. What's the biggest one was the non-contact injury of Mahomes. He went out the game, got to be carried out. Scary look. I even tweeted out, listen, I don't like Mahomes. Like, I like the guy though. I don't like him as a player, but I would never want him to get hurt. I tweeted that out, and I told Smitty, and then right when it happened, I go, he's fine. I thought it was more on the hip, knee, leg area than it was. ACL, MCL, PCL. Where are you at what you saw? A little soreness today, but he shouldn't be missing anything, right?
Yeah, initially it looked like either jammed his knee or his hip. It didn't really look like he jammed his ankle, but the energy will translate there. And he suffered what looked like a medial ankle sprain last week, where it was almost like a hip drop, but it wasn't a complete it wasn't complete where he trapped under the guy, but it was enough energy to kind of tweak the medial ankle a little bit. That's probably what happened to Christian Watson about a month ago. And the fact that he was able to obviously play this week without really much riffraff He just kind of tweaked it running, and sometimes that can cause like an immediate shock and pain, and you don't really want to put weight on it. But by the time he was on the sidelines, he was already putting weight on it. But when I saw it, I'm like, you know what? This is unlikely to be anything. There was no crazy angle. There was no hit. There was no, hyper extension or flexion. So it was a whole lot of nothing. I tweeted it out initially. I said, this is probably a jammed knee. Eventually they confirmed, and I was like, he'll be back. He'd likely be back in anything as long as the exam's negative, and which it was. And then he confirmed after the game that it was a jammed ankle. He just tweaked it again, which is fine. Not a big deal.
Got you.
There's a lot of other injuries going on. Fly again, another Sunday, another list and new names to add to it. What are some of the bigger names or just names that comes to mind for you, and any updates on them?
The most expensive quarterback in the NFL?
Yes.
Probably a grade 2 hammy. And probably they haven't commented on this yet, so maybe they're trying to keep it on the low. But I tweeted a video of someone or a photo of someone showing Dak's hand. I think it was his right hand, and it was super swollen. So it's pretty hard to swell a hand that much without breaking it. But I guess it's technically possible. But we haven't heard anything about his hand either way. The hamstring's going to hold him out probably at least 2 weeks, maybe up to a month. He's never had a hamstring injury that put him on the report or kept him out of a game. I went all the way back to, his college days. So a little surprising, but but he in general, unfortunately, is probably going to miss at least 2 to 4 weeks, which we'll have to see. Last time Cooper Rush was in there, he actually looked pretty good. A couple of years ago. CeeDee Lamb, on the other hand, AC sprain, probably a type. The way they initially described it made me think of a type 2, which is a little bit more concerning. That's but not quite a type 3, which is where Anthony Richardson had last year, the end of the season. But if it was, it wouldn't put me past him to instead of missing 2 to 3, 4 weeks, to try to have him play this week. The problem is he might not be very effective, or he's going to be, I would say, high risk, but a little bit increased risk for injury if he lands on it, which is pretty easy to do. That's what Jordan Mason was dealing with a couple weeks ago when he re-injured it what ended up being a couple times.
Yeah.
But those are the main 2 injuries from from this past week. There was
quarterback, the rookie Caleb Williams. I saw like late in the game, he had like an ankle situation, right?
Yeah, but they said it was in a whole lot of nothing. They said, he ended up being okay. You can see my dog.
Hey, what's going on?
It ended up being a whole lot of nothing. They said he'd be fine, which is fine. He just hadn't been playing well. This was supposed to be a smash game for him, and he didn't do a whole lot.
Hey, Doc, going back real quick to Dak, I noticed on your Twitter you were like, usually when the hand swells up, it's broken or some sort of brokenness. I've had that happen where it was a huge swelling, like blood or just like a bruise right here on the pad. And it wasn't broken. What are you really thinking about his hand, and is that going to be more troublesome down the line than the hammy?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they haven't commented on this yet. I messaged one of the national beat reporters, and he didn't comment on it yet. But if it is a fracture, then and it's his throwing hand, from what I could tell, obviously that kind of throws a wrinkle in things. You're throwing a fracture in the middle base of your hand, in the middle of your throwing hand, makes it very, those usually don't heal for at least 3 weeks, assuming there's no complicated fractures or anything. So, maybe we hear that over the next day or two to say, yeah, he also has a hand injury, and maybe they just end up putting him on IR because they do 2 birds, 1 stone with his hammy and his hand. So until they confirm that his hand was indeed injured, I'm just going to assume he's fine, but he's already going to be out for a couple weeks, so maybe a little bit of a moot point.
Yeah. Any other issues that you can see for? I know this Thursday night game that we're going to have on Amazon, of course.
Maybe some Bengals.
Yeah. Do you see any injuries in that one?
Yeah. So T. Higgins suffered that quad likely strain, which is basically a hamstring strain, but on the top as opposed to the back. And the problem with that is he did it on a Friday, so it was only basically a week, a couple days ago. These are notorious for re-injury because every time you run, you have to fire the quad, and that re-tears the strain, kind of like a hammy. Right. So that's why you can't come if it's just a bruise. But I mean, the bruises are common in games, but how many people are running into you full speed or kneeing you in the quad during a practice? Like, it just doesn't happen that much. So that told me, yes, this is probably a strain. And it was 3 days and they shut him down. A week later, still hasn't practiced. Didn't practice yesterday, even though they really don't practice this week. So I don't think he's going to play this week either. I just don't think he has enough time to and this is the nature of quad strains. They take it don't matter the person, it's just the nature of the tissue. If you restrain it, it fills up that quad cavity, and now you have this extra fluid that it's not supposed to be blood, not supposed to be in there. So it's very frustrating, very annoying injury. And you try to do whatever you can, but you just can't do it. Zach Moss is likely done for the season with a cervical injury. Really? They traded for Khalil Herbert this morning. That was the reason for that trade. People ask me what I think it was. It's not a stinger or anything mild because obviously they wouldn't have kept him out a couple weeks. This is likely either a significant herniated disc, fractures possible, not super common, but possible, or just a bad what we call cervical radiculopathy. So just a bad, there it is. Jerry Jones says Dak Prescott's going to be placed on IR. There you go. So now you can cover up the hand because they're dealing with the hammy. Long story short, this could be a Chris Carson type of situation. If you remember his neck, where he has such a severe sciatica that of the upper extremity that he has so much pain he can't even function. I've had patients basically told me when I went into the room, they're like, my pain is so bad, I want you to chop off my arm. Like, that level of pain it can be correlated with a severe pinched nerve in the neck. So, who are they playing? The Vikings, I think.
I believe so. The Cowboy.
No, they're playing the Ravens, right? Is that right?
Ravens.
I think it's the Ravens. I'm still on week 9, so I haven't made the mental transition to 10 yet.
Yeah, this Thursday, Ravens.
Bengals is Thursday,
Ravens.
yeah.
That's what it is. So, obviously Lamar balled out. Yeah. Lamar balled out.
MV3.
We saw Andrews didn't do a whole lot again, but we saw Flowers, like, that ankle injury never happened. We saw Deontay Johnson do nothing, but he was new, so it's kind of like Hopkins last night, who looked incredible, beautiful catch, several beautiful catches. I think he'll probably get more acclimated as time goes on. Yeah. He probably won't do a whole lot this week. Probably the week after that he'll be more relevant, but yeah, they just have a lot of weapons. Like, they're a problem right now. I think they would beat the Chiefs if it's head to head right now. I really do. Despite the Chiefs keep continuing to win. Pacheco should be back in probably week 12 is what it's looking like. Maybe 13, just depending on how aggressive they want to be.
He's going to practice next week, maybe. Maybe it starts practice.
I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable from what we've seen. They haven't told us a whole lot. But and then probably the biggest news is Christian McCaffrey was placed starting back practice yesterday. He looked I wouldn't say he looked good, but I'm assuming he's on the field. He looks better. I'm not reading a whole lot into the workouts early on. Is there a possibility he plays this Sunday? Yes. Do I expect, we don't know what to expect really, but in my opinion, they're probably going to do some type of committee. Gorendo looks better than Mason right now. Mason's had a little extra time off to heal that shoulder, so maybe he'll be all right. And I just don't think they're going to give McCaffrey 25 touches. Maybe they will, but I don't think that would be a good decision. I think if they want to make the playoffs and push later, they need to save your bullets, so to speak. And so I think they're going to be smart with McCaffrey. He's going to have less wear and tear as a wide receiver per se than as he is as a running between the tackles 20 times a game or 15 times a game, or maybe you do that like an H-hand, like kind of like that type of model where he's kind of doing a little bit more, who's looked much, much, much better with Tua, much better. Nico Collins likely going to come back this week. Happy for most people because, man, Stroud looks awful without him. Obviously, Diggs is done for the year, so we'll see Dell. We will see Dell, and we will see
Nico, potentially.
Nico kind of tear it up, presumably. As far as some of the, the 49ers are banged up, so we'll have to see how they play out. I think all of them will play when they can. Juwan should be probably back as well. What are you doing, bro?
It's the realest show on planet Earth. It's the realest show on planet Earth.
How's that?
Hey, Doc's gonna get into a fight on the show.
Miami, they be clowning in Miami. Let me ask you this real quick. I know you got to go, Doc. Chris Olave, another concussion, man.
Fifth one.
Got cut off. Fifth
that
one.
That I know of. 5. This is the 5th one.
That you know of. So we know it's probably another 1 or 2 that we don't even know about. It's almost starting to enter that Tua lane, honestly, as far as just repeat concussions. Should Olave consider calling this thing?
Is it possible? Is it possible that he is done for the year? Yes. Hey, I'm proud of you. Good job. Good job. Proud of you. I'm proud of you. Learn how to back up and pull out, you stupid. Go ahead. What you got? What you got? Come on. What you got? God, fucking Amazon. Don't get me started, bro.
Hey,
I like this Dr. Jesse right here. Yeah, that's what I want.
Hey, I can't stand idiots in the car. It's election day, Doc. You gotta head on the swivel today.
Go to work and go home, Doc.
Head on the swivel today, Doc. Head on the swivel.
I'm in the office. I gotta head there in a minute. But yeah, we will see. There's a ton of people banged up. Like, my God. But in general, I think that we're starting to see things shape up for teams overall in general, both
Doc,
fantasy and for regular.
Would you say he's worse off than Tua? Would you say he's worse off than Tua? Because, Doc, to be honest, Tua can avoid at his risk. He can kind of control his, unless he gets blindsided.
And I think that's what Mike Thomas's reason for his comments was basically saying, like, he has to go where the ball is thrown. He has less control over, quote unquote, Tua, comparable. And it's like, you feel bad because he's still young. Like, he's still new in the league. He's 3 years, maybe 4 at the most. But it's like, this is his second one in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or something like that. 5th one that I can count. Maybe it's possible I missed some. They don't talk about it, and so I actually didn't see the play. I was at a huge medical conference on Sunday, so I heard it. I was like, I don't even need to see it. I know what it is. And that's just across the middle, but yeah, that can happen, And now he's at a higher risk because he's what we call a lower threshold for concussion, kind of like Tua. Yeah. Because of how many he suffered. I don't care. You wear, the Q collar you wear, whatever you want in your head, helmet wise, you get the hit, it ain't gonna matter. It ain't gonna matter what you're wearing on your head. You probably sustain
that helmet thing. I'm convinced that one of the guys for the Browns had that helmet condom on, and he got fucking almost paralyzed last week. And I'm telling you, that thing is gonna be worse than it is better down the line when they do all the studies. I'm telling you. That pad's going to fuck up with your neck and back. And that kid was dangerous. I don't know if you saw that, but he had the helmet condom on and compressed his, I think, like C7 or something. I don't know. But
and you think it was because of the...
Yeah, because you got to pad it on your helmet, Smitty. You got pad on your helmet.
It's heavier.
It's
how thick is it? But how it's not heavy,
and it's thicker, so you have less room. Right?
Yeah,
you have less room.
Yeah, so I don't know. Doc, well, hopefully we'll see you Friday, man.
How was your conference last week? Real quick, though. How was it?
I saw you on Twitter looking damper.
Oh, it was super dope. No, that conference was all about wellness and anti-aging, which is kind of like my field, and my passion, I should say. So that one had like Mark Hyman, Huberman, like some of the big names in the industry. Super dope, very unique conference. And I was there until like 6 p.m. on Sunday, so it was a pretty late day. But it ended up being really cool, trying to push age to 100, 120, which is ain't
that like against the like single cell organism plan, Doc?
No, if you remove the toxins and you optimize mitochondrial function, we could probably do 150.
Ooh, we fucking with God's
God.
plan now, Doc. We fucking with God's plan, Doc.
I know. I don't care. This is personal goals, but other people.
Hey, you want
Eventually.
motherfucker to walk around, Smitty, Trump, 2088.
Hey, I got 150. I got 120 more years left on this thing. Then I got a long time to figure this thing out.
Yeah, like 6.
But all right, guys, I gotta take off.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. See you later.
JB said he got 6 years left. I tell you, slow down on them cigar sticks and that whiskey. You won't listen to me.
Hey man, shout prayers and T's and P's to Kirk Herbstreit, man, and his dog Ben. Everyone knows Herbstreit's dog is Ben out there. Everyone, you got these haters who are like, quit it already, showing the dog and all that. And then you got the people that are dog lovers like me who are like, fuck it. And I don't know, a lot of you don't know the real reason why he takes him around, because he's dying. I don't know if you guys knew that. So he is now in bad shape, man. So you may not see him on TV for a while, but I just talked to him this morning and he just sent me a big old long text, man. So I'm not going to give out his information and update, but Ben is struggling, man. The dog, Ben, Kirk Herbstreit's dog. So shout out, man. I know how that is to having to put a dog down or having a dog die. So it sucks. Shout out to E-Dub too, Eric Weddle, man, looking for his dog still. So anybody in San Diego listening, help him out, find his Cane Corso, man, out in the hills out there. So shout out to everybody, man. Smitty, let's get into the poll question real quick because Doc jumped on and I want to get into it real fast since we just jumped into everything. Smitty, I'm going to ask you a question and I want the chat to chime in. What NFL team has 3 positions that are the highest paid in the NFL?
Ooh, this is like a this ain't a poll question. This is like a trivia right here. Which NFL team has 3 positions that are the highest paid? 3 positions. Okay.
One team has 3.
I know, but they're the highest paid. Is it Dallas? It has to be the Cowboys because I know Dak's the highest paid. CD, but then who's the third? Micah's not paid yet. Who's the third guy?
Cowboys have all 3. I found this on the web. Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah. Here's the issue. You got all 3. You got 3 of the highest paid guys in your team. You're not even gonna make the playoffs. And you just set your highest paid quarterback again, overpaid, under deliverer. I'm going to go out right now and tell you that Cooper Rush is going to win 3 of his 4 starts.
Let me check.
And then we're going to sit here and watch Cooper Rush win 3 or 4, and then we're going to come back, and the Smitties of the world will still tell me that Dak's better because he has a better arm.
You want to bet? Can we place a bet live here on the show that Cooper Rush will not win 3 out the 4?
Yeah, I don't even know who they play. I don't care either.
Well, I already looked, so I know they won't. So you want to go ahead and bet?
I know what locker room's like. Because, see, I watched the Cowboy game unlike you, and I watched the game when Cooper Rush went into the game, and I saw the team's morale glow and attract him. When I saw Dak go off, I saw the team actually go, oh, shit, let's go. And that's why I see with the coach's eye that I know about what people like and don't like in the quarterback.
Right.
Cooper Rush will have those guys wanting to play.
Well, actually, we'll see. You have the eye, which I respect, but I actually played against Cooper Rush and competed against him and beat Cooper Rush and I strip sacked him and made him fumble and we won the game. So, I actually know what it's like to play against him. I know his weaknesses. I know his strengths. I know what he's good at, what he's bad at. And when I look at this schedule here, I see at most 2 wins out of the next 4, at most. So we can go ahead and bet whatever. You know what? I don't want to take your money. Just buy me buy me some lunch or something, like a meal, you know what I mean? Something like that.
Here's the crazy part about it. People grow and people say the same, and then people digress. He obviously grew because he went to the NFL, and he's actually look. We could argue he's looked a lot better than a lot of quarterbacks. He's probably won. He's won 6 of his 7 starts, I think, or 5 of his 7 starts, I believe. Pretty good. He's like a 1%er in the world. I'll throw it out there.
No.
Yeah, but he got better.
You
stayed the same. You stayed the same. You stayed the same because of measurables, what have you. You didn't get to go to the NFL and play. This guy started and played.
I had an injury, homie. I had an injury, homie.
I'm not clowning.
I had an injury, homie.
I'm not clowning.
Don't throw the
You're insecure. You insecure, Smitty?
Don't throw the measurables out there, homie. Don't throw the measurables was measuring, homie.
I'm not even clowning. I'm not even clowning about your measurables, homie. Here's the thing, though. He actually got better, made to the NFL. So your strip sack of him in 1902 does not have anything to do with.
You got to find it. It's on my highlight tape, but you got to watch it for like a minute and a half. He played for Central Michigan. You're gonna see me hitting him. He drops the ball. It's the whole thing. We'll find it. Show it.
Here's the issue.
It's on YouTube.
That's not the same guy that you strip sacked. Okay, let's stop.
I mean, the foundation is the foundation, homie. Listen, at the end of the day, the Cowboys' next 4 games, they got the Eagles. They're gonna lose that. They got the Texans at home. That's a winnable game right now, the way CJ and everybody's playing. But then they got the Commanders in Washington.
On tape right now, they beat the Eagles. Who wants to bet? Who wants to bet me in the chat? No, who wants to bet me in the chat right now? The Cowboys beat the Eagles. Cooper Rush first start. Who want to bet? Let's bet it. Right here. Who want to bet right now? Tell me what you want to bet right now. Cowboys, Eagles. Cowboys win. Cooper Rush first start this week. Tell me. Let's go. Money line, straight up. Cowboys.
Hold on. Here we go. Let me see.
Cowboys win the game.
Sanchez, bet.
Let's do it. How much?
Jesse, $20.
That's easy. All right.
Zach Lester, I will bet. It's like a robot.
Max, you betting it?
Jesse, 20.
I love Freddie Mac.
500.
Freddie, dog, I just got to be honest with you, homie. The Eagles don't know who you are. They're not your Eagles.
You mean the Cowboys? Are you? Who? You said Freddie?
Yeah, Freddie Mac. Freddie. They won't beat my Eagles. They won't beat my Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles fan. I didn't know that.
My Eagles.
Here go Eddie.
They don't even know who you are in Philly, homie. Stop.
They don't know me at all, homie. They don't know.
Oh, my Eagles. Motherfucker gonna go in there in an Eagle beanie, Eagle fucking parka, fucking act like he's really part of the fucking organization.
Don't none of the players know him, like former or current?
Oh, man, you fanboys are embarrassing, homie.
Dude, he's crazy as hell.
God damn. They don't know you, Freddie. They don't know you.
He doubled down. Yeah, my Eagles.
My Eagles. Yeah. You got stock. You probably got stock in their fucking ownership group, right? God damn.
Homie. No. In all fairness, you do say my Rams. So don't try to come on now.
I don't say my Rams. When?
You say my Warriors. You've definitely said my Rams. Let's keep it
going. My Rams. No, I don't.
See,
I say the Rams. The Rams.
On one side, we say we the realest. Then on the other side, we do stuff like this.
The Rams aren't my Rams, homie.
So, JB, let me tell you this. So, they play the Commanders game 3. I'm actually going to be at that game. I'm going to be at the game in Washington. The Cowboys going to lose that game. And then they got Danny Dimes and the Giants. So, they have one win on here for sure is the Giants. 2 max if they can beat the Texans. Eagles, Commanders are taking L's. Guarantee it.
Who is?
Who's?
They're taking L's where?
The guaranteed losses, Eagles and Commanders. Guaranteed.
I don't think guaranteed.
The 2 wins?
Stop saying guaranteed and stop saying facts, homie, when it's your opinion. Stop. You got to stop. This is the real show. So stop being a hypocrite like you just called me, homie. It's not a fact.
Hypocrite. He called
it's not a fact, homie. Don't say it's guaranteed then, because we look stupid when you say guaranteed and they go fucking lose.
But what if they go 2-2 and I was right?
Homie, it doesn't matter. You just said guaranteed and said 2 teams are guaranteed to win. And you named the 2 teams. What if they lose those games?
But what if they win?
It don't matter. You can't.
No, it do matter. 2 things can be true, homie. If they win, then what?
Don't say guaranteed then.
If they win, I'm a genius, homie.
Don't say guaranteed though. But if they lose, you're stupid.
I see the future, homie.
If they lose, we're stupid fucks.
But I know they're not gonna lose.
God.
That's why I guaranteed it.
It's fact. It's guaranteed. No, it's not, homie. This ain't guaranteed. This ain't fucking motherfucking spades, homie.
Hey, I've noticed that's JB's biggest pet peeve when it comes to me. JB hates when I say fact or guarantees. Like he really gets offended. Like that's his biggest pet peeve.
Because we look stupid on the
I'm
real
gonna keep
show.
saying it though.
I know you are. Because we look stupid on the real show.
I like pissing you off.
You don't piss me off.
Yes, I do. You're hot right now. Look, you shaking and moving around. Sit your ass down. Calm down.
You just discredit the whole show.
I discredit the show. You know how much bullshit you done said on this show, JB. You know how much shit you done said on this show that was wrong.
All facts. All facts.
Okay, man. Okay.
All facts.
Thank you, Trail. Thank you, Trail. This is your player, by the way. This is your player. Come on now. My Eagles will beat the Cowboys. Thank you, Trail. You a real one.
My Eagles.
Yeah, he a real one.
Hey, you and Freddie own stock in the Eagles, homie? Do you and Freddie Mac own stock? Hey, Latrell, you know I love you too, but they don't know who you are, dog. My bad. They don't.
Hey, chat. Listen, I know y'all love JB, but be real. Does he or does he not say my Doyers and my LA Rams? Yes or no? Just put a yes or no in the chat.
Around, maybe. Fucking around, not no
Okay,
real.
They're fucking around then. Trail and
no, they're not.
Around.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Freddie Mac was like, they have no shot to beat my Eagles. Like, this motherfucker is really invested in the Eagles. Like,
JB, how he say it? How he say it at home?
They got no shot to beat my Eagles. This is my Eagle team. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That was Trail. But how did Freddie say it, though? I want to know how Freddie said it. That was Trail with that one.
JB, you tripping like a motherfucker. You hypocrite like a motherfucker. They're my Eagles, homie. I go, there's my Eagles. I go to the Eagle game. I'm there. I'm on the front line of the Eagles. That's my squad, homie.
He said, I'm on the front line, homie.
That's yeah.
Oh, man. You an
Hey,
entertainer, man. Last chance you, man.
I don't claim last chance you. Hey, real quick though, to our poll question, real quick going back. It was a perfect poll question, by the way, because we didn't even know they were going to put Dak on IR until they did. Doc came in, a ticker, Skybox. Make sure you head on over there and get you a ticker. Use my promo code Coach JB. Now that the poll question, you got 3 of the highest paid dudes. Now 1 is out. Another guy, 2B, Micah Parsons, hasn't played in how long? He does more podcasts than play snaps. And then what else we got?
Marcus Lawrence is out too, by the way.
And CeeDee Lamb hasn't really done much, dog. I'm going to be real. Let's keep it real. He hasn't done much all year long.
Well, because Dak's been playing bad, though.
Well, that's not my problem. That's his problem. That's the fucking Jerry Jones problem.
That ain't CeeDee Lamb fault.
Well, it is. I mean, he got paid, right? I mean, I'm just saying. Like, it is what it is. Shit rolls downhill, Smitty. There ain't no, oh, nah, homie. You say it all the time. It doesn't matter. It's a you problem, dog. At the end of the day, they paid CeeDee Lamb. Shit. You know what I'd be doing? I'd give him a fucking reverse or something. You shit. Hey, dog, you're gonna get 10 carries today, motherfucker.
Reverse.
Shit. I don't give a fuck. You getting paid, homie. Hey, reverse pass, throw it back, reverse pass, reverse.
Flea flicker.
CeeDee Lamb, you getting the ball, homie. You making this fucking bread. I'm getting you to rock.
JB, kick return.
And then they paid a guy, albeit that has a lot of picks in his first 2 years, and they paid him for those picks. But he either catches the pick or drops the pick. His ball skills are fucking not very good. I can't believe that guy like that got that money in Diggs. I'm going to be honest. And I haven't seen him do shit this year. Again, dog, the investment of those when guys get paid, Smitty, it seems like all of them go, woo! I mean, the only one that stayed the same or gotten better, really, to be honest, keep it real, is Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, be a dog.
But he's the only one that got the bag and has actually played worth it. Like, look at Trevor Lawrence. Look at fucking.
How about I can't. How about Lamar Jackson though?
What, he already won an MVP though. He got paid last year.
But you and I agree that we think this season so far has been his best of his career.
But he didn't just get paid. He got paid last year. I'm talking about guys right now that just got paid before the season. Jamar Chase. Higgins once won. Obviously now he don't play. He's out. Now they're talking about trading him to the Chargers. I'm hearing this morning. Like, I'm just saying that.
Love got paid. Jordan Love got paid.
Burrow's balling. Jordan Love's been injury prone.
Yeah. Did Tua get paid this offseason?
Tua got paid.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Look at everybody that's out here. Look at the guys, man, that's fucking out here getting paid, underperforming.
Hold on. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he playing well.
Lately, but early in the first 5 weeks, dog, he was a non-factor. Let's look at his stats. How about Brandon Ayuk? Fucking horrible. Now he's out. Homie, I can go down the list. I've been saying it every week for how long? But what do I know? All I know is now with this topic on poll question, 3 of the highest paid positions in NFL on one team.
Devontae Smith balling. One hand.
Yeah.
That's it. See.
Like, I'm just saying though, like, that's not, he don't pop out at you. His name don't pop out at us. But you know what I'm saying. You know the guys I'm talking about, the pop-out guy. Here's the thing, though. All these guys, and we're looking at the Cowboys in specific, and Dak's out now. I'd be looking to trade some people, man, today. It's a trade deadline on election day. I'd be talking about Micah. I'd be talking about – they have no running game, Smitty. They have no running back. Like, they got a good little young cat that comes in there and plays. They suspended fucking Ezekiel. This team has locker room problems, homie. Like, this team is all fucked up. Like, it's fucked. Like, what do you do? What is Jerry Jones going to really do? You can't stay the same, homie, and expect a different result. I'm just saying.
It's called insanity.
I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure out.
I think he got to just charge this season to the game. This season's a wrap. It's over. Y'all not making the playoffs. He needs to start worrying about next season, next year. So I think
you got to use today. Then you have to use today for something. Then
I agree. But what's that something? What's that move? What's that? Is it try to get some draft picks? Maybe
It's a lot of
get some draft picks, trade some guys. You know, I
would do a lot of something. And I don't understand how you get rid of Pollard, Smitty. How do you get rid of Pollard? You don't do anything in the draft in the offseason. The Cowboys did very minimal, and everybody talked about it. They didn't do anything as far as free agency in the draft. Blah, blah, blah. But you did do something. You got rid of your best offensive player other than CeeDee Lamb and Pollard.
He was injured, though, right? And then he had the injury the year before, and he came back. He wasn't the same for real.
But he's balling out. Like, he's balling out. Where's he at? Where's he at in the NFL stats right now? Behind Derrick Henry and who? Josh Jacobs, maybe? Saquon? Who is he? He got to be top 5, ain't he? Like, I'm just saying, man.
Right now, he got 622 yards and 3 touchdowns.
How much?
622 yards and 3 touchdowns.
And he's carrying the load, too. I think he's getting
142 attempts.
25 carries a game, maybe 20 carries a game. I mean, come on, man. You don't think that's missed?
28, yeah.
You don't think that's missed in Dallas?
Hell yes,
man. Dallas has made bad button pushes, man. They pushed a button, and it's been bad buttons. Think about it. Sometimes it's all about the button you push. It's bad buttons that Dallas Cowboys have pushed, man. I'm just telling you right now. It's bad, but it is what it is, man. Real quick, the Lions, obviously, they got Zadarius Smith. That shores up that. It also quiets down the Max Crosby trade, right?
Yeah. No, for sure. That's not happening now. We know that's a wrap.
Let's process of eliminate all this stuff. So Zadarius goes to Detroit. Max probably stays in Vegas unless something crazy goes on and they move him somewhere else. I don't know. So we're going to just try to process this. Dak's on IR. What do the Cowboys do today? The Bengals trade for a running back after losing a running back in Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, solid running back too. That's a good pickup for them.
Yeah, man, I don't know. And then in the Chiefs game last night, man, they just continued to win the game. Mahomes did not look good again until
he wasn't bad last night though. I mean, he was pretty.
But I just watched the game today. I'm saying like just look at the game and like what do we consider not bad now? Is it just because that's what we're used to, seeing a motherfucker throw fucking?
He didn't make mistakes. He threw what?
Think about it. 14 targets to Kelsey, which is all right around the line of scrimmage. Look at it close. I watched it.
Yeah.
14 targets right around the line of scrimmage. It's not like this motherfucker is just hitting his fifth. And I mean, look at him get out.
But he almost threw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, overall, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Every ball's not gonna be a deep ball down the field, you know. Something like
me. I don't want to see deep ball.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's what
I want to see in the teeth of the coverage. I want to see in the teeth of the coverage.
He's taking what the defense is giving him, and it's working.
Hey, listen, he's undefeated. He got hurt. I told you before. I like his nuts and guts as far as playing the game. I love that Mahomes doesn't tap out. I fucking love it about him, man. I really do. I wish we had more guys like him.
I mean, D-Hop got that connection already in game 2.
Like you say, Smitty, 2 things can't be true.
Just because football to D-Hop in traffic, right over the shoulder.
Yeah, no doubt. And D-Hop caught that. I don't know how the defender doesn't fucking bat that ball.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't.
But the thing about it is, like, 2 things can't be true, to your point, homie.
Thank you.
I can critique him as far as saying he's not the GOAT. He doesn't.
We agree to
well,
that. We agree to that.
But I'm just saying.
That
and
was a big game, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I can also say I like the guy and what he does and how he plays, and he's always there and he's available. I mean, fuck.
But I think it discredits our show when you look at last night and he threw 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, win the game again. See D-Hop's numbers in game 2, and you say he had a bad game. I just don't.
I didn't say he had a bad game. I said
he didn't look good. I think is the word you use. So it's kind of like
he didn't look great. I said he didn't look great. Why is that discredited? So he can throw 14 balls around the line of scrimmage and they get yak, and you just go right to 300 yards. You don't talk about how he got there.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's running the offense at a high level.
No, homie, you're discrediting the motherfucker.
He's running the offense at a high level. I'm saying like everything's not gonna be like okay, I threw it 30 yards in air, 20 yards in air. Like that's not football. Like football is looking at the coverage, taking the easy passes and getting the first down. Like
y'all the same.
Homie. I'm trying to get the first down. Get the next first down. Get the next first down. Get the next first down until I score. And he does that at a high level.
But you and the chat are the same. Y'all love the sausage, but don't want to talk about how it's made. You don't want to see what the process is. You don't really want to see how nasty it is. And you don't want to see the shit you're putting in your body. You just like the sausage at the end. Go break down the game as I do, and I watch the game. Come on, man.
You he threw all screens last night. Like that's not fair.
I'm saying he threw screens. I didn't say he threw screens. We talked about he threw a couple good balls to DeAndre Hopkins down the line, down the field. I love those. Everything else, he 14 targets. How many completions did he have?
I don't know. Let me see.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, I've been the only one saying he's not playing that great. People have jumped on that and started to say, "Oh yeah, he's not."
So he had 34 completions, 34 for 44.
Okay, and then
291 yards and 3 touchdowns.
All right.
And I know stats don't tell the full picture, so I'm not one of those guys. I'm just saying that, like,
well, no, just go. Let's
probably his best game so far.
Let's break them down. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he was shitty. All I'm saying, let's break down. So 15 to Kelsey.
Right.
All right. Now there's 19 more completions out there only.
Right.
So 15 went to Kelsey all around the 10-yard intermediate range, and Kelsey got the ball. 15. Look at the
14
numbers.
14 catch for 100 yards. Kelsey did. Yeah.
I was about to say, I knew he didn't have much more than 100 yards. 14 divided by 100 is how many yards per catch? It's not a lot. It's not like he's catching fucking 35 yards a pop. So, like, 44 attempts is why
it's 7.1 average.
And that's not a lot. And I'm going to say I credit Mahomes actually more for the pure fact that he had to throw it 44 times because they have no run game. Kareem Hunt is okay.
Well, Kareem actually had a good game. 27 carries, 106 yards, and a touchdown. Another guy I played, he went to Toledo on the MAC, runs the ball very hard. So I just thought yesterday was a good game by the Chiefs. I don't know. I just, I criticize the Chiefs. I'm not a Chiefs guy. I'm not a Mahomes guy. You know that. I watched the game and I was like, man, I thought this was especially on offense. I thought this was probably one of their best offensive games this year. It doesn't mean it was like fantastic. Like, oh my, they're not the Ravens or the Lions. I'm not saying that from an offensive standpoint, but I thought for them and the way they've been looking to see him connect with his 2 best targets right now. Kelsey, 14 targets, and then D-Hop has 8 catches, 80-something yards, and 2 touchdowns. Then you run the ball well with Kareem Hunt, gets over 100 yards, makes the game-winning touchdown. Like, I just thought when I look overall at the flow of the offense, especially in the second half, I'll say that. First half was a little shaky, but especially in the second half, I thought the guys were clicking and flowing and doing everything that Andy Reid wanted them to do. Take the easy passes, take like not trying to force things deep that's not there. To me, that's the definition of a veteran quarterback. The reason why I get so pissed at Anthony Richardson, to give you a comparison, because his shit is just only deep balls. He's out there just jackpot 500 that he's not taking the easy. Sometimes just take the easy. It's right there in front of you. Just take it. It's okay. Take it. And if they get yak, that's still credit to the quarterback because you saw that guy right there to give him the ball, to put him in position to go run and get that yak. I still credit the QB for having the brains and smarts to think to give that person the ball because you saw that was the best option on that particular play. So I don't look at yak as like a quarterback, like a completely non-quarterback stat. To me, the quarterback plays a role in that too.
I'm gonna be honest. If you might take it as a hot take, whatever you guys want to do. You only take it as a hot take. People will only take it as a hot take because they don't know football. Mm-hmm. Baker Mayfield outplayed him last night. No question in my mind. He played again. 2 quarterbacks. I loved the game last night for the first time in a while, only for the fact that the 2 quarterbacks showed me some nuts and guts. And Baker for having 0 wideouts. And what he did with Shepard and what he did with Otten and what he did with White and getting hit all night, even though that the offensive line only gave up, I believe, 2 or 3 sacks. But he was getting hit all night long. If you watch the pressure and duress he was under with no weapons, Smitty, and what he had, I thought he fucking played his ass off to get that team to overtime. I don't know if I've seen a better game out of Baker other than that Rams game where he was traded 2 days before the game or a day before the game. I'm just telling you, man, I thought he played lights out. You got to look at all the things he had at his disposal, which were nothing besides a tight end. I'm just telling you, like, he was nitty and gritty and nuts and guts showed in the rain, Smitty, with no wideouts.
He had no running game at all.
And with in the rain, though, you know how hard it is to throw a football in the rain with no wideouts? That's why I say kudos to both of them for throwing the ball in a wet environment. I thought he outplayed him because of what he had. And
hey, Baker been balling this year. I like Baker this year. He's got a lot of criticism from major media. You know, myself. I know you before the season. You definitely was not a believer, a fan in him, but I think he's proven a lot of people wrong that he deserves to get paid, which he did, and he is the guy moving forward for the Bucs.
He's actually earned his money this year.
He earned it for sure. You know, it's funny. I mean, we're seeing guys, you know, him and Darnell, like a lot of those guys who people were like writing off, actually showing us, hey, you know, we're better than what you think. Put us in the right system, right situation, right weapons around us, get some experience. We're better than what you think. So shout out to Baker.
Hey, let's do some white people shit and some black people shit before we get to a commercial. And then Steve Kim joins us. Steve Kim will join us right after this. What we got first? White people shit?
Tatterbug is trying to be a dick. Get off my goddamn side beside you, son of a bitch. Come on, you son of a bitch. I'll fight you today. Come on.
Is that
back
Gundy?
up? You better back up.
I'll fight you today. Oh,
that's Gundy.
Motherfucker.
Oklahoma State.
That's Gundy.
That's what I thought. Walk off, pussy. Liberal.
So that's how he got his eye messed up and he couldn't come on. JB, you a genius. You might be a genius. That's Gundy. And that's his voice too. It sounds just like him. Oh, that's my God.
That's him.
That's
and it don't matter if it's not him. It's him. We're going with it.
Damn.
On the realest show on planet Earth.
The chat don't remember. The chat confused. Y'all remember when Coach Gundy, Mike Gundy?
I didn't know Gundy was a Trumper. I
did not know that. He went on that radio show though, and he had to. They said, "Why are you off camera?" He said, "I'm sorry, I had an injury this morning. I was fighting my cattle or my bull or whatever, and hit me in the eye. Boom, right there. That's spot on. And I figured he was a Trumper. It makes sense.
I don't think he is though, but we'll see.
Real
BPS.
country.
Time for some BPS.
D Jones, I ain't talking to you.
That bitch like a dog, you heard? That's how I'm gonna be one day. That's the truth right there. He the truth, you heard? My nigga Marlo, you feel me? My nigga Marlo, get it. Oh, look out. Oh, don't play with him.
That boy really parallel parking the semi.
He the truth trainer, huh? We gonna be like that one day, huh? That's the truth, nigga, huh?
Without being in that motherfucker.
That's who trained me right there. I'm gonna be doing that shit one day.
I'll be doing that shit one day.
I'll be doing that shit one day, huh? Look at him. Look at that shit. Look at that shit, huh? Who can do that shit, huh? Look at that shit.
That shit crazy.
Ain't that hoe like that? Huh? What is this?
He stopped that motherfucker.
He ain't inside that bitch. Just that bitch straight. Check this nigga out. Where that nigga come from, cuz?
That's BPS.
He said, where he come from? Hey, black people, we will hype up anything. We will find anything to get hyped about, man. It's crazy.
You know, it's crazy. They've the technology's changed so much now, man, that you can do that with boats and shit now. It's
really?
Crazy. Yeah, they're trying to send me some shit for the boat, man. It's like a remote. So I don't have to back into my slip.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking boat will set the parameters and all the shit, and then the boat will back itself in off a remote. I just sit there, smoke a stick.
Elon Musk, homie.
I just don't trust that shit.
Elon Musk. You shouldn't trust it for sure.
I won't. But I seen the Elon Musk shit just take off too and drive through a whole town and shit.
And I'm saying
got,
Elon will know you don't like him.
Smitty, motherfucker was sleeping in the car like it was like really like it's white people shit is comfortable as fuck. Drive 90 miles an hour down the 405 and shit, just sleep, and then the motherfucker wakes up in fucking some Amish town in Denver, Colorado, because the motherfucker drove straight through 2 states. Because this motherfucker doesn't have no computer. The computers go out, you're fucked. Fuck that, Smitty. I can't do it.
They got Ubers now, and I don't know if it's actually Uber or it might be like a competitor. I saw one of my coworkers. She was recording the whole experience. She's in the back seat, and there's no driver. And the car is just driving, and it's like you have like the map in the front, the GPS showing you where you're going.
Let me ask you something before we move on, because Steve Kim's going to join us right here.
Yeah.
Which we could do. I don't need a break unless you.
Yeah, we can knock it out. We'll do a break around 8 o'clock. I'll use the bathroom, just some water, go there.
Here's the thing. And I know you're going to totally disagree with this because this is what you think is the future and the wave of the future. But that's just your age. I truly believe it's not a knock on you. It's your age. I think that shit's, for me, the old man on the clouds, and we're always going to disagree. I think it's made us lazier and lazier and lazier. We're just trying to be more lazy, not have to do anything, no hands-on anything. We're going to create the fucking easiest path possible. And to your point, which I know you'll talk about, like people doing social media, people doing content and all this shit, making money, not having to go out in the workforce and work a fucking coal mine and all this old shit. But I think it's actually hurt like the American mindset, though. You can talk about working easier, making more money. I'm
working
smarter, whatever. It's still easier. I'm going to go back to saying it could be easier and smarter to you. To me, it's dumber and lazier because I don't know if we're really benefiting from it other than a few people in that side of that generation. I just think it's created like soft asses and hard heads.
You know what I mean? Job social media has created, homie.
I get it, but I'm just telling you,
crazy amount.
In the big picture of things, I think the world has become so soft because of it. That's my take.
It probably has, but I bet the previous generation would say the same thing about you. The further we go back, the harder it is. So they're gonna always say that. I mean, based upon your argument, we should go back to riding camel back then. Let's make shit extremely hard. Let's remove elevators.
You know the definition of coach is
what?
To get you where you could not get yourself.
Well, let's remove elevators. Let's remove escalators. Let's anything that
helps.
That
comes from, right? You know that comes from. It comes from the stagecoach. It's derived from the stagecoach. You remember the stagecoach? So let's bring back stagecoaches, Smitty. Let's bring back stagecoaches and really turn this thing racist. Let's dive into Steve Kim and get him in here. It is Tuesday. Stagecoach. You got to tell me that a motherfucker was on a stagecoach who wasn't just out there spitting dip and just looking to be racist. You can't tell me a motherfucker went whipping a horse on the stagecoach wasn't racist.
Super racist.
Had to be. What if he wasn't, though? What if we go back in time and the motherfucker was cool as a fan?
Nah, it ain't true.
You couldn't get on stagecoach?
Nah. If I did, though, I'd thug it out, though. I'll put some 15s on that thing.
15s on a stagecoach, homie? You know how low that would be? The Korean co-cell, the main man, the co-host Fearless with Jason Whitlock. 3 knockdown rule with Mario Lopez. And our main man, the silver hair, the knowledge knower of all things, main man, Steve Kim.
Yeah. We got a video.
What up? Good morning. Glad you made it home the other night after the Palooza. We got to watch some mediocre football at best. Where you at with the college weekend? I saw your soliloquy on Twitter. Great breakdown. Where you at with college football after week as we head into the week 10, week 9, week 10 weeks as we get ready to go down the stretch here? Where you at? Let's start with Miami first, obviously, as they continue to win games. And Pittsburgh lost. So where are you at now with Clemson losing? You guys are kind of just taking that over by the neck.
Yeah, the Duke game, defensively they are what they are. They're very poor on the back end. The defensive line's been a little bit disappointing in terms of creating a rush with the front four. But this is a very, very exciting, entertaining team from Miami. Cam Ward played a great second half. I thought he missed a few throws. And look, Cam is unbelievable. He might be the leader for the Heisman. I'm biased. He's my front runner. But, you know, Coach, we were watching that game when he threw that cross-field thing. The look on your face said it all. Why? And these are the things like, look, if you really want the best out of Cam Ward, you don't focus on the 30 passes he misses. You focus on everything he did wrong because that's coaching. You know, and the other play that really bothered me about that game, and again, I'm his biggest fan. I think he played great for the most part. But on that play, he had Damian Martinez right into the flat on 3rd and 6, move the chains.
Right on the sideline.
Shannon Dawson said something yesterday at the press conference, our offensive coordinator. He said, I love the routine play. I like the routine. I think that was his way of telling Cam, you don't have to be Superman every play. He goes, I enjoy the routine play.
Patrick Mahomes, routine
play.
At
what point do you think it bites him? At what point? Like
when they play a team that can keep the pressure on for 60. One thing I know about this offense, it wears people down. And I will give Mario Cristobal a lot of credit. He's playing more tempo than ever. Now, we have not gone full Art Briles, 60 minutes of pace and space, but we are judiciously using no huddle, quick tempo. And if you see, this is why Miami scores a lot in the second half. They wear teams down defensively. They do. The other play that bothered me, and again, I think it was very selfish, but this is on Mario Cristobal. You either coach it or you allow it. The game is won, 53-31. We throw a shot down the field. Cam drops an absolute dime to Riley Williams. We're at the 5-yard line. You know what? Here's what you do. Cam, come out. Come out to a large applause. You're done. We're going to hand the ball off. We run an RPO, and he gets absolutely smoked. Now, before all you people say, well, he was – no. Is it about Cam or the team? I don't care who Cam Ward is. I want the team to do well. And I would ask those people who disagree with me, do you think an injury to Cam Ward would affect this team at all? He took the hardest shot the whole year on a game that was over. If I'm the coaching staff, I come here and say, Cam, if you're staying in the game, I want to tell you this right now. We are getting under center, I formation, and Mark Fletcher's going to get the ball 3 times. We're not doing – because, again, there's a coach that said if it's not okay in losing, it's not okay in winning. You know who said that? Mario Cristobal.
Yeah.
So let's live to our own words. This is all about culture. We're getting there, but I really think Cam has to say, you know what, I'm kind of important. Let me just hand the ball off. There was no need for that RPO because he took the hardest shot in a game that was over. And let's say he would have broken his back. No one would be saying, well, he's trying to get a 6th touchdown. Fans have got to be a little bit more high. These fans, they want Cam Ward to win the Heisman so bad. I don't think they use logic. I think that was very dumb football at the end.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion of it. But they're 9-0.
Is it like, I don't know, short-sighted, narrow-minded? Because Genty basically has been knocked out of it, and no one wants to talk about that because he basically plays a half a football game. And so, like, he only plays a half.
Yeah.
You think they're trying to keep the pressure on because they got to get more plays for people to see?
He already had 5 touchdowns. But you know what's funny about Cam, as good as he's been? I don't think he's played a clean game yet.
No, I was going to say that. I don't either. I feel like he puts his back against the wall in the first half of some of these games, and then he saves the team and takes it off the wall, and then we praise him. But it's like,
look, I'm going to be honest here because, again, Confucius say the standards I set for you is what I think of you. And I think with Cam, high level.
Yeah.
If I think like, oh, you had 3 interceptions, but you played a good game, I probably think you're a terrible quarterback. That's the truth. I went to the Virginia Tech game. He was responsible for, I believe, 3 turnovers.
Yep.
That's never a good game as far as I'm concerned. I went to the Cal game. He was one of the reasons why we were in the hole with that cross throw interception, made it 28-10. Okay. I went to the Florida State game. I thought Florida State, he actually played a very mature, clean game. I actually thought that was growth. I'm going to Atlanta this week for the Georgia Tech game. If Haynes Kings plays, I think that could actually be a pretty tough game. Haynes Kings, I like him. He's turned into a good, solid college quarterback. But I want to see a game with cameras like you don't turn the ball over. You don't put it at risk. You take the routine, easy play underneath. Football and anything in life is about mastering the routine at a very high level, time and time again. Now Miami has to kind of figure out what they're going to do in the defensive backfield. They got one of their starting corners or one of their guys that plays a lot injured on a late interception, which is unfortunate. Hopefully Jadaeus Richards can come back sooner rather than later, although I think he's out for the year. So now Miami's going to have to shuffle that secondary, and it's time to get some younger, faster players into that rotation.
Yeah, let's talk about some NFL real quick before we move on. A team that you know that you got buddies that have covered and written biopics on and other things. We got documentaries on Cowboys.
So
I got to ask you, they have 3 players that are the highest paid in the NFL, wide receiver, quarterback, and corner. And basically none of them have produced this year to what they thought. One guy's now been put on IR in Dak Prescott. They're going to have Cooper Rush start. And Jerry Jones says, it is what it is. Dr. Jesse Morse just got left before you. He thinks the hamstring now being put on IR will cover up the hand injury that he thinks is probably worse. They won't have to divulge that. They'll just say, hamstring, but it's really his hand. We don't know what's going on there. But what do you do today as we're on the great American election day? It's also NFL trade deadline day. Where are you at with the Cowboys and what they should do today? I think they need to blow it up. I think they're just prepping for the future because this season's over, right?
It's over. They're dead. Stick a fork in them. And now you have another lower leg injury or lower extremity ailment to a guy that had lost much of his athleticism. Dak Prescott is no longer mobile at all, guys. I actually think for the type of game he has to play compared to what he was, he cannot move anymore. And when you force him out of the pocket and he has to go to extended platform, man, he is slow. He is slow. And I look at that team. It's very incomplete. It's got a few big names. This is the time where Jerry Jones as a GM has to say, you know what, let's blow the whole thing up. And overpaying Dak Prescott the way they did is going to bite them. Because what he's getting paid, I think he's a good, solid NFL quarterback, but is he the type that can elevate everyone else around him? I don't think so.
They put the redhead in, Steve, and the team morale went up. And that's just a bad look for me.
Steve, JB, do you guys think there's a team out there, though, that would be, I guess, willing to take on that contract?
No. He's done.
An albatross.
He's a Cowboy.
I think that contract is so prohibitive. I'm like, no, thank you. Because remember, Smitty, everyone's now trying to win with the first contract quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
Because of the cap implications, and that's why you're throwing out guys who are not ready. I think the days of Steve McNair not playing till his third year, unless you have an Aaron Rodgers and you give Jordan Love a little bit of time.
Or Kirk Cousins.
Or Kirk Cousins, who, by the way, once again, he will make the playoffs, it looks like.
Yeah.
That's all he does. He makes the playoffs.
Steve, are the Niners looking at this and saying, you know what, we just can't pay Purdy this money? When are the owners going to finally say, man, we just can't live this way? It's going to bite us in the ass eventually when it comes down to roster depth and roster turnover. The 49ers are getting older, to your point, in front of our very eyes, and yet now we have to re-sign a quarterback who we don't know if he's a bus rider or a bus driver. He's been very pedestrian without CMC, without Debo, without Ayuk. Of course, all quarterbacks need weapons, but look at Baker last night without any wideouts. Looked pretty damn good. I'm just trying to say, what are you doing? Are guys starting to look and say, we can win with these mediocre guys and build our roster around them, like I've been saying for 5 fucking years.
Well, by the way, everyone's now jumping on your bandwagon like you're an Uber driver, Jason. It's funny how everyone's now not afraid to say, hey, the quarterback plays kind of, I don't know.
All of a sudden. No one said it, though, for a while.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, look, with Purdy, he operates the offense. He can actually extend plays. I think he's pretty good. But if I'm John Lynch, I say to myself and the rest of the brain trust in that organization, guys, Purdy will get market value, but we have to be disciplined. Let's not bid against ourselves. We have a number. And the minute they ask for a penny more above that number, we have to have the discipline to have a plan and to move on. Because you're right, JB. He's going to get his money. Quarterbacks get their money, even the mediocre ones. But you cannot overpay for the sake of overpaying and saying, well, that's our quarterback. Really, at what cost? That's the mistake Jerry Jones made. I think he got pressured by certain media members in Dallas that you have to pay Dak. And I'm thinking to myself, right, you do, but at what cost? At what cost? To the cost of every other room in that building? Because that is a very, very shallow team. Yeah. Seriously, if I'm Dallas, I even look at, is Micah Parsons really part of this future? I was told by somebody that has very good connections there, is that if Micah Parsons left right now, there might be 5 people outside of game day that would not be happy that, oh, good, that headache's out of there. I've actually been told that.
Man, it's I don't know what the moves are because there's so many different, like so much going on in Dallas. I don't think there's one move that can be made that will change everything. I think there's multiple moves, but I agree with you guys. I think.
I mean, look, Smitty, look at Detroit, who I think is no worse than the second or third best team. Goff got his money, but it's not a prohibitive contract, and he plays a role. And I think he's perfect for that Ben Johnson offense. I think Goff is actually underrated. Me and Whitlock disagree with that all the time.
I love Goff. Yeah, he's very
because he has
underrated.
the ability to play right under center and execute play action.
Yep.
And it's a thing of beauty what they do. And what they have done the last 5 games after losing that Tampa Bay game where they threw it over 50 times, they said, you know what? We're going to lean on Montgomery and Gibbs, and we're going to let them carry Goff a little bit. Goff's going to put up his numbers, but that is a run-first team, and they play a lot of stuff under center, traditional old-school football.
The Cleveland Browns came down to earth with Jameis Winston. They look pedestrian against a great Chargers guy, I think top 3 defensive football. No one's talking about them. The Denver Broncos had a top 5 defense and got obliterated by the Ravens. Didn't even show up. It looks like a rookie quarterback against an MVP candidate in Lamar Jackson. Bo Nix, speaking of Bo Nix, who needs to do something to stay in the hunt today at trade deadline, in your opinion?
You know, I wish the Chargers had another wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. I know that they had to move on from guys that had been there for a while. There was age and there were injury concerns. I don't know if you really trust Quintez Johnson. I think he finally made some plays on Sunday. Look, I'm a Harbaugh believer. Harbaugh's the type of guy, he accelerates rebuilding plans really quickly. That's been his history. But they find ways to grind out games. I don't know. You know what teams impressed me, and I think their offense is coming along better than I thought it would? Buffalo. Yep. Buffalo is starting to look like a team that can make a real run.
Do they need another piece, another wideout?
Well, Keith Coleman is starting to develop.
Yeah,
it seems like pretty decent chemistry, even though he had that flub in the red zone on Sunday. But, you know, Josh Allen, again, I know certain people don't like him for whatever reason. All this guy does is lead teams to wins. Produces over 4,000 yards of offense every year. Produces 40-plus combined touchdowns. But he is showing that he is out at the very worst a top 5 player. That's how much value he brings to Buffalo.
I think they need a pass rusher, Steve. I think they lost Von Miller. I don't know if it's legality, if it's injury, whatever. They got to get a pass rusher, in my opinion. The Lions just shored up and got Zarius Smith today.
I like that.
If you didn't see that, the Lions shored up a pass rusher already this morning. I think the kid Mingo just went to the Cowboys, the receiver. That's not a big deal. There's already moves being made here throughout the early morning here as we get ready for election Tuesday. Where you at? I don't know. I think Cleveland, Dallas, the Jaguars, maybe the Colts are looking at that possibility to start thinking about next year already. I don't know. I'm just looking at that.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Colts are going to need Flacco to play better. I thought he left a lot of yards on the table, one-hopping open throws. But that team's 4-5. It's not like they're 2-7
in the mix
now.
And the Texans are not playing good. We can still win a division. We're not hanging them up right now.
You know, Flacco has got to be able to hit the routine throws. He missed at least 5. And I'm thinking, Joe, you got to hit that. That's why you're in the game. I was completely bored. I'd rather watch Anthony Richardson because at least it's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
he's entertaining at least.
At least he can run a little bit. Because to your point, Steve, real quick, that's literally the reason you're in the game, Flacco, to make because if you're not making the routine throws, we might as well keep AR in.
Right. Richardson at least gives us stuff to talk about.
Right. Yeah, but then we're back to the same story. I think they've already said it too. They're going to keep him in and start him the rest of the year.
Right. No, look, Flacco last year led Cleveland to a playoff run. He did. So they got to get that same level of play. And the team, I still think, is as good as anybody is Baltimore. I don't know. I don't care what their record is. But Lamar Jackson is playing at a higher level than he ever has. He has significantly raised his yards per pass attempt by 2 yards. That is very difficult
and
to do.
I tested under center play, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and they understand. You have a Lamborghini, a big one. Hand him the ball 15 to 20 times a game. You have to be judicious at this age. But that offense is tough. No one wants to deal with it, and Lamar Jackson is continually developed and evolved as a pocket passer. He's throwing the ball.
They're the U, though. They're the U of the NFL, though. They have bad secondary, and defense gives up late scores. I don't know if that's a Super Bowl winning recipe.
I'm with you. Look, they should be 7-1. Two of the 3 losses they blew. There's no doubt about it.
That Raider loss is kicking them. It
is. I agree, but
And
you know what? I got to give the Chiefs credit. It's excruciating to watch, but they win. All they do is they win week after week after week. That's what they do.
Man.
Are you guys starting to believe more in the three-peat happening this year?
Especially if they get rumored out there that they could get Tyreek Hill and they could get someone else. I mean, this team just keeps getting guys at the right spots. Andy Reid leading that thing. I mean, it's clear as cut day, man. I mean, you can see some things with Mahomes and Hopkins. Like he tried to throw a side adjust hot route last night, almost got picked late. He wasn't on the same page. That'll happen. But other than that, they're plugging and playing, Steve. Andy Reid does it better than anybody.
Yeah, and look, Baker Mayfield, without his 2 top receivers,
played lights out, I thought.
He was gutty. And Whitlock and I disagree. This guy's led 2 franchises to playoffs.
Yeah.
Buccaneers and the Browns. He actually won a playoff game with the Browns. He's a top dozen or so quarterback. He's not elite. But you know what? I said this last year. He should stay with the Bucs and work on that. He's got some pieces in place.
He is now.
I think organization.
Yeah.
And look, and he didn't take an exorbitant deal. He didn't. Once the Buccaneers get healthy back outside, and I don't know if they will. I think one of those injuries is pretty bad. But Baker Mayfield is going to settle in, and when his story is written, no one's going to say the word bust. I think they're going to say he was well-traveled. Yeah. He struggled early. But you know what? He's also going to win his share of games when it's all said and done.
Yeah, I'm not a believer yet because I see him deer in headlights when it matters most. And I also think that the quarterback era is watered down as hell. So he looks better than we think because of the surrounding quarterbacks are just shit. But that's just me. But I do appreciate what he does, man. He is nut and guts, man. He's the epitome of a nut and gut quarterback. I would love to coach the kid, to be honest. Let me ask you something, Steve. As we get ready, do you see, because rumors are out there that a lot of young wideouts in the league, and this could be a guy like T. Higgins, this could be some guys that are out there that are really, really good number 2s on certain teams, are trying to go with Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. They want to play with this young arm. Do you see a move possibly with a T. Higgins? I'm hearing that the Chargers are trying to get him today. I'm hearing that the Commanders. Are there any other guys that you think? Are you hearing the same? I'm hearing a lot of young guys want to go to Washington now.
Well, look, people want to play with good quarterbacks. Yeah, that's the reality. And Jaden Daniels looks like the guy that I thought was quarterback 1. I was not a believer in Caleb Williams. And again, I don't want to close the door on anything, but Caleb Williams, after a decent couple of weeks, Chicago looks like they're going to get a new coach. That does not look like.
Yeah.
That looks like they've hit the iceberg and they are the Titanic. It's taking water now.
No doubt.
Okay.
Hey, it's time for our funnest time, man. We got Steve's top of the world, bottom of the barrel, as he getting into his top 5 and bottom 5 performances of the weekend, players and teams. Let's bring it up, Bailey.
All right, so here we go. Not in any order.
We're in LA. We're in LA.
You know I said about 5 weeks ago, UCLA may not win a game. You know what? I give them credit. Can we give Deshaun Foster an 8 clap? They not only have won games, they've won 2 games on the road. Now you can say, Steve, it's only Rutgers and Nebraska. You know what? Right now, every victory counts for optics, momentum. It actually looks like it's being coached up. Shout out to Eric Bieniemy. Ethan Garbers is playing good, solid football. for the gutty little Bruins. And look, I don't know how many more games they're going to win, but even their losses to like Minnesota, well, that was a close win. They could have won that game. They played Penn State fairly tough. They played LSU really tough, tied at 17 at the half. I will give Deshaun Foster credit. You are building momentum in your first year. I hope that the administration allows you to have the resources to compete in the Big Ten moving forward. One of my favorite players.
Steve, hold on. Would you think would you say they're playing better than SC right now?
Yes.
Wow.
Right now they're playing better than SC, and we'll get to that later. All right. Number 2, O.J. Frederick, freshman All-American caliber season, already becoming Miami's best cornerback. He has the best natural ball skills I have seen out of a young Miami cornerback probably since Philip Buchanan. He is a guy that's been pressed into duty. He was a 3-star recruit at St. Thomas Aquinas. Great evaluation by Mario Cristobal and his staff, but he is smooth, and he already, in my view, has become our best cornerback. And if Damari Brown can come back, now the secondary, I think would become much, much better. Then
better than
McClain.
McClain? Better than Romani McClain?
Cormani McClain. What a clown show that is. Anyway, number 3, Jackson was throwing darts for Ole Miss.
Woo!
Now, Arkansas, they went on the road. You never know what could happen. Arkansas's won some big games. And Jackson Dart and Jordan Watkins just put an end to all that talk early on. He hit some deep shots right on the money. And now Ole Miss, they have some big games coming up, and they are on the playoff bubble because they have 2 losses. If they get that version of Jackson Dart, Ole Miss is still very much a playoff team moving forward. And they did that without their number 1 receiver, Trey Harris. Number 4, the Florida State end zone on Saturday was Omarion Hampton in. And I'm just going to say this. Omarion Hampton is one of the very best running backs in college football. No one cares because it's Carolina. Everyone talks about Genty, the kid at Iowa, Caleb Johnson that I like. But Omarion Hampton is an absolute thoroughbred, 265 yards of total offense, 5 touchdowns. Florida State guys simply did not want to tackle him, and we'll get into that later. And then number 5, an old Hurricane who's now becoming a one-man Pony Express at SMU, Brashard Smith. This is a guy, I kept saying last year, why aren't we giving him the ball? Well, Rhett Lashley is giving him the ball a lot. A converted wide receiver, slot receiver who's now a running back with his ability to return kicks, catch the ball, and now become a runner. He's going to be a guy in the NFL that's going to be a very, very versatile type of guy. Maybe like a Deebo Samuels type at the next level, but he has really resurrected and jump-started his career in Dallas. Now, to the bottom 5. Oh, it's ugly. It's ugly. I got to put James Franklin on again. Here's the issue with James Franklin. It's not even the fact that he lost to a loaded Ohio State team. And maybe this is about Kodolnicki. That last set of plays near the goal line was an abomination. That ball had to at least go to Tyler Warren once in some
71
capacity.
in motion, a tackle.
And they're throwing the ball into 8 guys. I'm like, okay. And then James Franklin gets into it with some fan, jawing. Now, Coach, I know you're defending Franklin. James, you're the one making $8 to $9 million. Get your ass back in the locker room. And then he says, hey, what's your name? Well, what are you going to do? Report him, Coach?
Yeah, I said yesterday, he should have never. I told Smitty, no way would I ever go into the crowd. To another coach, sure.
And he actually says, what's your name? What are you going to do next? Hey, give me your ID. Coach, get your ass into the locker room and do your duties and lead young men. Good grief. Number 2, Clemson. And this is really about Dabo. And I like Dabo. I'm not one of those people that hate him. He does it his way. He's like Sinatra. They were down 26-7. And, Coach, we were watching this game, and I was pointing it out to you on that side TV. You're down 3 scores, and they had no sense of urgency. And I told you at least twice, I said, Coach, they're doing a hell of a job grinding the clock here for Braum in Louisville. And looking at the crowd, you could tell they were getting very frustrated over the lack of tempo that they used, and they got blown off the ball for the most part. Louisville played a hell of a game. That young running back they have, Isaac Brown, an absolute game breaker. And Tyler Shuck will be a guy that will be in the National Football League. Great size, made some key throws. But Clemson, You are right in line to be in the playoffs. And now that bubble has absolutely burst. And I wonder about the long-term ramifications of that loss, because Clemson really does not have much to play for, as they did 7 days ago. Number 3, and Coach, we'll get into it, Lincoln Riley. I wonder if SC's quit on him. And have you seen, guys, the Twitter account of one Lendell White, Trojan great?
Ooh, man.
Not happy.
Yes.
Lendell's not happy
at
all.
Yes.
At all.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, I've enjoyed retweeting it.
Hey, Sua Cravens too. Sua Cravens going at him too.
They're not happy, and Lincoln has always been looked upon as an outsider, right? And that's okay if you win, because now you become part of the family. Right now, with the way Lincoln has shut out the high school coaches, he doesn't seem to really recruit Southern California, and with now shutting out the media, where they can't even watch the first 20 minutes of practice and stretching, you can get away with that when you're winning national titles like Nick Saban. You're not doing that. And Lincoln Riley, now they're making a quarterback change, Coach. Heard about that? Jaden Maeva's going to start.
Yeah, you
the
saw
transfer
that.
from UNLV. So it's no longer Miller time. So I don't know what's going on here. Even though they have more wins than UCLA, it seems to me, in terms of who's trending up, who's trending down, seems to me the program going up is the one that's near the city of LA. Number 4, Florida State. Florida State. I watched large portions of this game, and I watched clips of it and condensed versions. I don't want to point out any names. They had guys on that defense that were making more business decisions than Bear Stearns and E.F. Hutton. They had a particular defensive back that was literally running away from tackles. It was embarrassing. And if I'm Mike Norvell, I'd pull that guy off and I'd say, get over here. And I tell the kid, I'm going to tell you this right now. Every NFL scout that comes in, I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm just going to throw on the tape. So you better get on LinkedIn and get a job application. You're not playing at the next level. I thought it was actually embarrassing the way Omarion Hampton was making guys run away. Omarion Hampton looked like Moses because he was parting the Garnett Sea. Sad.
The word,
It's
man.
sad.
Fuck. Man, it's a whole nother conversation.
I'll show you some of these plays, Smitty. There's this one defensive back that looked, and he hesitated on purpose, and he made sure Omarion Hampton, then he did the U-turn, and I said, the old eye in the sky,
never lie.
The slanted eye in the sky will not lie. That guy should be embarrassed. But Mike Norvell, you got to get there are now Florida State media members and podcasters who do a really good job. Shout out to all of them. I have nothing to. They're actually saying that they want him fired, Norvell. We are less than 10 months from them going 13-0, but watch. I'm going to send you clips of that game, Smitty. And as a defensive player, you'll be embarrassed by some of the effort on the back end of what I saw. He has lost that team. I'm just telling you.
Georgia beat them not only once, but twice.
Right. And number 5, speaking of a coach on the hot seat, and it's only a second year, Auburn. Coach, you and I talked about this. How was a solid, tough, hard-nosed Vanderbilt team a 7.5-point dog?
I didn't understand that at all, Steve.
Against no War Eagle, because they have no fight. They have no offense. And Hugh Freeze, he better get his black phone with all the hookers again and start recruiting, because this is sad. This is sad, man. Sad.
Hey, you sounded like Ralph Macchio. Shout out. 63rd birthday today.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Danielson. But Hugh Freeze has an issue. He's already lost the Auburn fan base. And I didn't understand this. Why did he get a quarterback? You got a great freshman receiver in Cam Coleman. You had the Lambert Smith, guy that Penn State could have used on the outside. They just simply do not have a quarterback, in my view, that can run that offense effectively. I don't think it's about Peyton Thorne. I think Peyton Thorne might have been better off staying at Michigan State, to be honest with you. But Auburn has a real issue.
Steve freeze up?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was just on my end or looks like he froze up there, Steve. Sorry about that. He was cooking. impressive list right there. I like how Steve does his list because he always does a mix and match of players and teams. Like I think I'm gonna start kind of going that route moving forward instead of doing like all teams, both sides. I like the mixture of both.
You can't.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry, y'all, for even saying that. I apologize. I won't do it at all.
You see, he's still frozen.
Technology, crazy.
I just want to see his frozen face.
I know, me too. Lo, we should have kept it up there for a long time. That would have been a good little moment. We could have started roasting them and everything. Missed opportunity.
I lost 500 on the Lakers last night. What the fuck happened, JB? I didn't tell you to bet no Lakers, motherfucker.
We ain't even talked to Lakers on here since it's been weeks. Saw the Lakers. So
Are you just asking me what happened in general? Then if that's the case, they're shitty. I don't know. What do you want me to say? They lost to Detroit. Shout out to Detroit Pistons. They got on the train in New York.
Subway?
As a team on a subway and sat with the normal regular folks.
Yeah, I saw that. Shout out to them.
That was tight.
That's something I would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I would do. But then
you wouldn't do it.
But then you got Hamas's out there trying to jack folks on the subway.
I'm not scared of nobody like that. You scared of people. You let the world see. You let the news say. You let Fox News scare you. You let some of these stations scare you. Like, I'm not scared of nobody. I walk anywhere, dolo. Whatever happens, homie.
Ain't no bitch in my blood.
I move around dolo, homie. You always got a crowd with you. What that mean?
I did say take the Bucks at 9 though.
The Bucks look bad right now, homie.
Why? Was it hurt?
Huh? What?
Oh, I'm talking about the Buccaneers.
Oh, I think talking about the Bucks. We were talking basketball, so I thought you was talking about like my fault, miscommunication right there.
Oh, Steve's here. Bring him back real quick.
Back. I've had some issues with the connection today, but I think Auburn has a problem in a sense that if you get rid of Freeze right now, that means you're gonna have 3 coaches in about 5 years. That never works.
And you got former players to bashing them, and you got all this shit. You know, Cadillac's there, and Trent Richardson and Cadillac are boys. They were talking about that the other day too. Like, could have kept Cadillac as a head coach.
Coach, I have a question. Is the North, and I've actually heard this from Florida State fans and podcasters and media members, is this actually worse than Willie Taggart? Because my view is Norvell actually gave you 2 really good seasons. Taggart was only there for about 2.5. I mean, but again, in fairness to Taggart, they didn't give him much of a shot either.
But he also left Oregon to go back. You know, like it was like the same as Mario's kind of did in Miami, leaving Oregon. Like Oregon's been the stepping stone. Everyone's like, "Where's Dan Lanning going next?" Like Oregon's like a stepping stone, which is crazy to me because Oregon should hopefully Lanning can do something to show that Oregon is the place to be, not just a stepping stone.
No, Lanning could be. Look, Lanning might win a national championship this year.
Yeah,
they are, in my view, based on the consistency. Outside of September, they struggled the first couple of weeks, but now they've gotten better every week. Their overall resume and the fact that they are improving and developing, although that Tez Johnson injury worries me. I don't know if he's out long term. Speaking of an injury, Coach, we were watching the game together. Now, DJ Lagway is a guy that I love. I think he's got Jeff George arm talent. I think he's got an absolute hose. It looked like they were going to give Georgia problems. Then he blows out his hamstring, and I've never seen a guy with a hamstring injury get carted off like that, like he was dead.
That's why I had to come off the bone. Had to come off the bone.
Right, but then I read yesterday, he might play against Texas, and I'm like, what? Wait a minute, did he just die on the field?
He got that shot. He got that shot, Steve.
Nah, you don't get no shot for no hamstring off the bone. That's how it looked. They carted him off like it was Tech Mobile and the ambulance rolled out.
Right. I mean,
look,
hold on. No one wants to see anyone get injured, Smitty. I'm not one of those guys that roots for injuries. Even if you're going to play, I want to play the best guys. So I've never seen a hamstring injury where both teams come out and start praying. I'm like, oh, my God, poor DJ.
Like the grassy knoll shot him. And I was like,
I mean, when they brought out the card, I'm like, oh, my God, this is tragic. Then I'm at the office. DJ Lagway, probable for what the fuck? What happened?
Hey, man, I'm telling you right now. Listen, this could be a whole conversation, and I don't want to draw it out, but I know you got to get out of here. Here's the crazy part. I'm just thinking of what you've been saying. I'm looking at Smitty, and I'm like, I love kids to be paid. I just don't think the way we pay them has been conducive.
Well, again, I want to make this point. The NIL is about the NIL has turned into something it's not supposed to be, which is a payroll, a salary cap, and pay for play. Now, Cam Ward got another cologne deal because of his image, because of his play. And I think it was Drakkar or Cool Water. Anyway, so that's what an NIL is supposed to be. Like if a Travis Hunter gets something like because of his like Frito-Lay, that's his favorite treat or whatever.
But
that Travis Hunter is like a guy that people would know, like Lenoris Sellers. I like Lenoris. That's only a freshman, coach. I know you think he's raw, but the South Carolina quarterback. If I were him, I would go back to wearing glasses back on the field because now you get an NIL for lens crafter. Could you imagine Lenoris Sellers in 2 years? You know what? When I play on the field, I need all four of my eyes to read coverage.
Hey, I might need that deal myself.
But that's
here's why I say. Here's the only reason I say it though, because of the point you made, the point that I've shown on this show, in prior shows where I've shown these people just talk about business decisions and actually just DBs running out of bounds and not wanting to tackle and guys running away from contact and talking about it's a business decision. That is why this pay-for-play scenario has ruined football, in my opinion. They don't care. They're not – when you say that the Norvell – if I'm Norvell, I pull that kid over and say, hey, which is what you just said, Steve. I'm going to tell every NFL scout, this is who you are. I don't believe the kid gives a shit because he's making money now and he doesn't have to worry about it. He can stand on business and run out of bounds and not tackle nobody and not give a fuck about NFL. These kids don't care no more about it. They'd rather play video games and just get money in college. I truly believe it's hurt it. That's what I think.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The guy that I'm specifically looking at, I guarantee you he's not getting a six-figure deal.
No, I'm sure he's not, but he could play for 5 years in college now and make $100,000.
Oh, no. Well, if I'm Norvell, it's like what Jimmy Johnson once said to his guys. Hey, guys, come late January now, your scholarships, read the fine print. Read the fine print. In other words, when that semester ends and the new one begins, you may not be on that list.
And that's the thing, too, though. That's another reason why I hate it, because now they also leave because they'll go to another place to make $30,000.
Well, hold on. That's a guy that, hey, coach, I'm going to transfer. I'd be like, okay, hold on. And like, what are you doing, coach?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just calling your Uber. You're not even getting Uber Black. You're getting Uber Economy.
And that's what I think is just.
Okay, it arrives in 7 minutes. Get the f out of here. Seriously, I'm just telling you, that particular player, I'm just telling you, it's time.
But when does it end? When does it end? To me, it just spiral effects. It kills college. Like your kid, was the guy that caught the ball. You pointed it out. The guy is 8th year from Miami the other day. Caught the fucking ball.
Cam McCormick. Now, there's a kid that loves football.
God damn.
There's a kid that loves football.
He loves football, all right. He's on a fucking. He's got a 401k. He's got a 401k in Miami.
Good. And I hope he's got 3 degrees. You know what Cam McCormick does? He's our Chris Carter. All he does is catch touchdowns. And speaking of which, I want to shout out Xavier Restrepo, one of the greatest of all time at Miami. I don't care if he does not play it down in the National Football League.
At least you know.
It comes.
At least you know.
No, because I hate when they start doing that thing. Well, what's he going to get drafted? It doesn't matter. But when you look at the pantheon of all-time great Miami Hurricane receivers, obviously, Michael Jerome Irvin, Fast Eddie Brown, Carroll City Comet, Santana Moss, Smooth Reggie Wayne, Andre Johnson, Leapin' Lamar Thomas. That young man is in that group. He's what everything that we love about college sports, and to be you're okay, you. I mean, there was a group of Miami fans last year, some geniuses. He only gets the ball because his roommate's Tyler Van Dyke. Really? Show yourselves. I don't want to say it. Anyway.
Say it.
Dummies. Dummies. Dumbest thing. Here's the thing. What he does is football IQ.
Can he be an Edelman? Can he be an Edelman? Can he be an Edelman? Can he be a guy?
Yes, because that's what he is. He's a slot receiver. He understands leverage, two-way goes. He understands how to sit down, and he's tough. And once he gets the ball, he doesn't have great top-end speed, but one thing he does, he can break tackles, and he can make the first guy miss. If you watch him consistently, his football IQ is off the charts. Off the charts.
Yeah, that can take you far. Yeah.
Oh, and another team I want to shout out because they don't get enough credit, and I think they're actually underrated. They should Google them some more. Indiana. Indiana's going to give everyone hell. They are not.
They were down. They were down this time, and they said
for about 5 minutes, and they said, "Okay, let us put up the next 47 routinely."
So the last 2 games for Indiana, can they really run the table?
They play Ohio State,
Michigan. They got Michigan.
and let me just say this about the Hoosiers with Curtis Rourke, and they got a good running back. And they have a good set of receivers. They're better offensively than Penn State.
Oh yeah,
they are. They are better overall offensively because of the threats they have. I'm just telling you, they're not. That's a team I would hate to play because they don't give a damn and they press the gas pedal 60 minutes. Seriously.
Nah,
the Cignetti is the coach of the year by far.
Yeah, Pittsburgh lost. I mean, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, right now he is. And now, unless he loses 3, though, and then we'll just throw it out.
Well, no, but they won't. Oh, look, Michigan is bad. You know,
Michigan
can be the only team in the stadium and not score 28 points. That's a bad Smitty, you never heard that line, Smitty?
I never heard that. So Michigan just be throwing the ball on air. No defense.
They can go through a walkthrough and they still might punch 7 times. No, but it's the old line.
I like that one.
So Smitty, old line from Jordan rules. So Michael Jordan did not like to throw the ball to Bill Cartwright. Thought Bill Cartwright had terrible hands, couldn't finish. So Tex Winter is like begging Michael, like, Michael, come on, late in the game to run the triangle. You got to throw the ball into Bill Cartwright. And he didn't want to do it. And so Jordan looks at Tex and goes, Tex, here's the problem. Fucking Cartwright could be the only guy in the gym. He still couldn't finish at the rim. Why the fuck am I giving him the ball? He's like, Michael, people don't realize what a savage Michael is. One time, Stacey King walks in with a box. And Jordan's tying his shoe in the locker room. He looks at Stacey and he goes, "Hey, Stacey, you got a jump shot in there?"
I remember that. Hey, he told the NBA All-Stars in All-Star Weekend, he goes, "Hey, that young kid over there is about to light your asses up." He was talking about Kobe Bryant. He
called him the Laker boy.
The Laker boy's gonna light your asses up. He was just walking up and down and they're talking to Reggie Miller, all these OGs, like, he gonna light your ass up. He gonna light your ass up. He ain't light me up.
Michael in that book, I've read about 4 books on that whole era. Blood on the Horns, obviously Jordan rules, some other. People have no idea how funny and mean and biting Michael Jordan really was. The stuff he would say to his own teammates. I can see why certain teammates have kind of they've come out against him, but he made people better.
As a fan, I love it. As a teammate, I probably would have had to say some shit back. We would have got into it, but as a fan, I love it.
He got into it. No, he got into it with certain people. Hey, Pat says he's like that with a guy he's never met, though, on the golf course, too. But Pat plays with him on the golf course all the time. He'll just start calling shit. He'll call him. He never met him. Like, motherfucker, you're horrible.
The funniest moment, small moment that no one talks about, the Last Dance, the great documentary. I've watched that thing like 3 times, every episode. So Scotty Burrell, the young player they used to rip, he was from UConn. And then UConn's a great basketball program. So after the game, Burrell brings in one of his ex-teammates who's now in a wheelchair. I think his name was Steve Isle. He's a big white guy. I remember him.
Yeah.
So Steve Isle had a basketball that he wanted to sign, and Jordan was very gracious with Isle. But when he walks in with Burrell, he goes, "Oh, y'all from UConn, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, you guys have a great women's basketball program." Oh, my God.
He wasn't lying. He wasn't lying.
He knew what he was saying, too. He goes, "All right, give me that fucking ball." And then he was really nice to Steve Isle, but he had to just jab him. I mean, there's like, when you read these books, there's like times I'm at the office like, this asshole. It's hilarious. People have no idea what an asshole in a funny way Jordan was.
Meanwhile, LeBron's losing to Detroit. So anyway,
in year 21, though, in all fairness, I mean, we ain't shit.
Hey, you know, Steve and I, before Steve leaves, Steve and I saw something that was funny as hell. Joakim Noah tweeted out a thing. It was like, man, LeBron and I came in the same year, and I can't even get up and take a piss, and this motherfucker's still dominating the league. Something's wrong.
Well, I don't want to get into allegations.
Something's up, Smitty.
Come on, Ron Garcia. Come on, Haney. Stop.
Something's up, Smitty. Something's up.
Mr. Haney, stop.
Hey, Joakim Noah, same age. Motherfucker like, can't walk and shit. Hey, LeBron's still out this motherfucker teaching his son how to, come on, let's go. Like pulling his son.
Everybody's ain't built the same. Joakim Noah is not LeBron James. We can all say that.
Shout out to his daddy, though. Great musician. Great musician.
But anyway, guys, Thursday, by the way, I will be in Atlanta, though, starting on Friday night, going to the Georgia Tech game. I heard it's homecoming. Miami's a homecoming team now. I like that.
Wow. Hey, that's a in college, it's not like high
It's
school.
disrespectful in college. Nah.
No, I like it. Atlanta's a fun city, though. Atlanta, I've been to Georgia Tech games before at Bobby Dodd Stadium. I hope Haynes Kings plays. I think
that band was psyched up. Georgia Tech band is unbelievable.
Wow, let's not act like it's an HBCU. Come on, Coach.
Well,
I am HBCU.
Let's not act like it's Florida A&M, okay? Now that's a band. Now that is a band.
Steve, that's a serious band.
That's a serious band.
Southern and Grambling. Southern Alcorn and Grambling. Woo! Can't wait.
Drumline. Very, very underrated movie.
Drumline. Yeah, Drumline.
With Devin Miles battling Sean Taylor.
Can't read music.
Can't read music, but he can play it. He can play that. He can play it like a genius. Read it like an illiterate.
Whitlock today?
Whitlock is actually off. He's just doing a solo thing. I'll be on tomorrow.
Oh, of course he is on today.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Talk to you Thursday.
All right. He's doing a solo thing. I bet he is.
I got to take a piss like a Russian racehorse.
No, hold it, homie. Hold it, homie. One more hour. Come on, hold it.
I gotta leave early though. I'll catch you on the phone again.
No, we'll just cut it because I stuff I gotta do too. I gotta leave. I gotta go vote. I gotta do a lot of stuff. So we good.
Anyway, T. Rich will join us here in a minute. Bama legend. And then at 8:30, I'll get in the car and I'll smash and record me. I gotta get to the boat because I got an electrician coming again. I mean, hey, dog, it is what it is. I gotta do certain things sometimes. But T. Rich will be here in a minute. Take a commercial break. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. To end it with Trent Richardson, and always pleasure to have T. Rich on, man. It's unbelievable. J. Earn, shut up. Become a member, J. Earn. And we'll see you in about 4 minutes. Peace.
What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts against syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
They got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
Kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
It's a 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. Firstroundperformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me, JB.
I might race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is real deal. You guys got to go check it out. Firstroundperformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
Nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
oh, this is mine, right?
Hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit firstroundperformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their AmazonStore.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First Round, the highest quality.
First round performance. Go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace.
What up, what up, what up? It's JB's Fastest 3 Minutes. Brought to you by Slapdick Cigars Lounge and Studio. And don't miss the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty tomorrow, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific on YouTube. Fastest 3 minutes. Let's get it going. Here we go. Uh-oh, Lions, Packers, and oh my goodness, it's a shitstorm rain game. And oh my goodness, it looks like Lambeau. It's for real. Jared Goff has been on fire. And the Green Bay Packers uniforms are as ugly as their performance as they shit on themselves last night. The Detroit Lions continue to be the best team in football. Lions 24, Packers 14. Bills, Dolphins, and Tua's back. Josh Allen's coming back and says, guess what? I'm going to throw a duck ball. And the Dolphins continue to be 0-12 in the North. They can't get a win on the road. Oh my goodness, Waddle and Tyreek Hill are still there, but the Bills win it. Last second field goal. The Bills 7-2. Could be the beast of the East. Here we go. Broncos, Ravens. Lamar Jackson looking like an MVP. The Broncos look like hammered dog shit because they got fucking mud stomped 41-10. And Denver Broncos look like a rookie cornerback starting. Oh, we got Jaden Daniels, Rookie of the Year, no doubt about it. McLaurin, the Giants and Danny Dimes are dog shit. Holy fuck. The Eagles, Doug Peterson statue, he comes back home only to get fucked because the Eagles and Saquon Barkley did a backward fucking flip and the fucking sunshine-ass Trevor Lawrence looks like hammered dog shit. Overpaid under deliverer. The Cowboys. Do I even need to say anything? Whack Prescott's done. The redhead is in. Cooper Rush will lead him the rest of the way. Uh-oh, the Bears in a hellstorm. Caleb Williams, fingernail painter. And guess what? The mental midget got it done. And the fucking Cardinals dominate the Bears. The Bears have the biggest busted quarterback in Caleb Williams. Matthew Stafford and the Rams, one-hander. Woo! My Rams get it done, McVay. They beat the Seahawks in Seattle. Uh-oh, the Chargers and Harbaugh, Justin Herbert looking like the real deal. Guess what? The first-round pick Johnson is back. The receiver looks good. And the Dodgers, World Series champs on the Fastest 3 Minutes. Don't miss the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty tomorrow. Peace!
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who he spoke to every single NCAA college football 2025 team seemingly on the internet. From Last Chance U, national champion, Coach JB.
Yeah, Coach!
What's up, gentlemen? Coach, just great car, great stick. Thank you for pulling off to the side of the road. Hope you don't get killed here. Honestly, side of the road, LA, I assume, that's not necessarily the safest place on earth, so we'll make this quick. How do you feel about all of these new coaches now in this NCAA College Football 2025 game using your speeches to motivate these boys from one?
All right. We're back in the building. Man, some news that got thrown under the bus and nobody really talks about. The Raiders fired their OC. And, people questioned them in Chicago. Raiders hire them. They fired them. And Bailey, who'd they just hire? The Raiders just made a hire, according to Ian Rappaport, Norv Turner. A legend, Cowboy, Dallas Cowboy, been around a long, long time. Very interesting hire to get Norv Turner in the Raiders building. It's going to be very interesting to see this thing unfold. If Antonio Pierce can keep the job or not, it's going to be very interesting. We're going to do our top of the world, bottom of the barrel real quick as well. Smitty's on BPS time, of course. Let's dive into my top 5, Bailey, real quick, because I got to get out of here in about 10 minutes when Trent gets on, and then Smitty will hold it down. My top 5 performances of the NFL over the weekend. I got to dive right into it. The Ravens get back in the top 5, obviously, after losing to the Browns, who got obliterated by the Chargers. Doesn't help the Ravens at all, in my opinion, just a week removed. Put them in the top 5. The Eagles have bumped in there, moved up a few spots. They're playing well right now. Jalen Hurts is playing well. The Eagles are playing well. I still think that the new redheaded rifle, Cooper Rush, is going to win that game, and I'm sticking to it. But the Eagles are playing well. The Chiefs just continue to win, man. Are they playing as good as anybody in the NFL? I don't believe so. And you could say it's an oxymoron. They're undefeated. Sure, they're undefeated. I give you that. But right now, I don't believe they're playing better than the Bills or the Lions as far as an everyday game. The Lions are playing, they're clear-cut, head and shoulders above everybody else, in my opinion. Yeah, the Bills over the champs, because this isn't about the champs last year. This is about what's going on currently right now, week to week. And this is a week to week top and bottom list. This isn't a power ranking. My power rankings come out tomorrow. This is just the performers of the last Sunday and yesterday's Monday. So Chiefs are in there. The Bills and the Lions wrap it out as the top 5 performers of the weekend. This is just the performers, not my power rankings. My power rankings will be in there tomorrow. So the Chiefs, I'm sure, will probably be higher. We'll see. Bottom 5 performances of the NFL weekend. Man, oh man, oh man. The Raiders just continue to Raider, fire their OC, hire Norv Turner. We just talked about. The Broncos don't show up. They just don't show up against the Ravens. Unbelievable performance, bad performance. The Colts, Flacco gets the nod. They look bad. You don't bench your starter and put in Flacco going forward and then perform that way. That is why they're in that list. And then the Cowboys just continue to Cowboy. Cowboys and the Saints, you can go 1-2, 2-1. It don't matter. Both of these franchises are horrible right now. Derek Carr looks horrible. Dak Prescott looks horrible. These two teams by far look horrible. Why don't I have the Jaguars on there? How they absolutely just shit on themselves against the Eagles. They could have beat the Eagles. And because the Jaguars are just horrible. And they don't deserve to be in any list. The Jaguars have no shot. And they don't have the fan base of the Cowboys and the Saints. That's just what the truth of the matter is. So the Saints and the Cowboys are going to have that. Are the Jags a bottom 5 team? Yes. Sure. But I don't even want to give them fucking credit on this. They don't have the fan following. So the Saints and the Cowboys, with those rosters, with those quarterbacks, with those guys you paid, I got them at 2-1 respectively. Smitty, let's get into your top 5 and bottom 5.
Yes, sir, man. Let's go straight to it, man. Let's pull it up right now, Bailey. Big Smitty's top 5 NFL performances from week 9, man. Number 5, man, I got to go with Philadelphia Eagles. These guys could have probably been a little higher on the list as well. The Eagles.
It takes so long to get back, homie. I'm curious on that.
Eagles to me have been, starting to roll the last few weeks, looking like kind of the Eagles of old, one of the better teams in the NFC. Obviously, we see Saquon and how he's performing, looking like one of the top 2 or 3 backs in the league. Jalen Hurts is playing very well, doing that, being a dual threat, running the ball, throwing the ball. I didn't like the way they finished the game. Some of that I put on Nick Sirianni, some of his bad kind of decisions, I think, late in the game to give the Jags a chance. But overall, Eagles dominated and looked pretty damn good. Number 4, I got to go with the Bills, man. Josh Allen, right now in MVP conversation, man. He's doing everything for that team. They get Amari Cooper. They got the young receiver, Keon Coleman, doing this thing. And they're just out there having fun. When you watch the Bills play, it's like everyone just having fun. It reminds me of like a college environment of how they're playing. They're playing loose. They're playing free. and I got to put them at number 4. Number 3, Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, to me, is the MVP front runner. Him and his teammate Derrick Henry probably 1A, 1B. I mean, he's throwing the ball all around the field, in the pocket, on time, running when necessary. He has over 500 rushing yards, more than a lot of starting backs on other teams, while also being number 2 in the league in passing yards. So I mean, the guy in number 2 in passing touchdowns. So it's kind of impressive what he's doing. He's truly a two-way player in a sense. He's a running back and a quarterback for that team. But beyond just him, himself, the defense shut down the Broncos, only allowed them to get 10 points, and that's a pretty good Broncos team as well. I mean, it's not like they're out there struggling, actually playing well this season. So to beat them, 41-10, that's impressive, especially after that tough loss the previous week. Number 2, gotta go with the Chiefs. They just find ways to win. To me, I think last night was the best they've looked so far, at least offensively. I think defensively, they kind of show some weaknesses a little bit in a few moments, but offensively, man, I thought Mahomes had his most impressive game. D-Hop, second game as a Chief, went out there and he was really clicking with Mahomes. Kelsey, probably first or second best game of the season. We know he started off a little slow in the year, so to get 14 catches, 100 yards was big for them. They ran the ball well with another Matt guy and Kareem Hunt. Looks like he hasn't missed a beat since when they first drafted him. Chiefs number 2, but number 1, man, gotta go with the Detroit Lions. These guys, to me, they are for sure.
Why is Goff not in the MVP conversation?
He should be. Jared Goff.
I don't get it.
Jared Goff doesn't get love, JB. He does not get love. He's underrated, underappreciated. It's the fact of the matter is that the fact that he got traded away from the Lions. I mean, from the Rams, excuse me, and then the Rams go on and win the Super Bowl in that first year with Stafford. People use that to discredit how good Jared Goff is. Jared Goff also went to the Super Bowl with that Rams team as well and lost a close game against the GOAT. Let's not get it twisted. And then he took the Lions team to the NFC Championship, who I think never been there or ain't been there in decades. And now they're looking like the best team in the NFC and potentially the best team in the NFL. The offense is rolling. Him and Amon-Ra St. Brown, their connections going. Just there again, another team's going out there having fun. And shout out to Dan Campbell, man, because I don't forget. I forgive, I don't forget. And I remember, let's call it 4 years ago, everybody was clowning Dan Campbell for all his sayings in the media and his press conferences and how he did things. And they thought the Detroit Lions was a joke. But I remember they played Green Bay last game of the season. It was Aaron Rodgers' last game as a Packer. The Packers need to win to get in. The Lions were already eliminated from the playoffs. And they go out there and they beat that Packers team. They end their season. I think they were like 8-9 maybe. And I was like, man, in that moment, you just felt like the Lions was on the precipice of being a very serious team. Now you fast forward to where we are today, and they are just that. So shout out to the Lions. They are for real. And this is my top 5 NFL performance for Week 9.
Go to your bottom 5 real quick. So, because I don't know if you noticed or if you heard because you were late, Norv Turner was hired. Legend.
I'm the one to send it to you. So yeah.
You were late. He didn't see it.
Y'all cut the McAfee commercial short, so I didn't know what that was.
We cut it short because you were late.
Usually commercials like play through and then the show, so I didn't know it was on. I heard McAfee, Coach JB, what's up? So I was like, cool, I got more time. We'll use the bathroom real quick, and out of nowhere, you just cut through. So you do what you want on the show, JB. You cut commercials short, you skip commercials, you bring on you just do whatever you want, which is fair. It's your IP, your foundation, but that doesn't change my thing. I took the full commercial break as earned, and then I joined the show. But North Turner, man, I mean, listen, he's
let him know he's wrong. You can tell him he's wrong, baby. It's okay.
Former coach there, legend. I don't listen to Bad. He's 22 years old. So,
hey, real quick, let me bring up a real good point though.
Yeah, you was late as fuck, and you know it. Don't tell me I'm fucking young and wrong. You wrong.
Yeah, Daily Trump. Hey, listen. Hey, Smitty, you know how that motherfucker, they'll just yell out some shit of what they like.
Yeah.
That's white people. Black people do that too, though. They have to do that too, though. But like, they just talk about anything. Hell yeah, fucking Raiders. Real quick.
Baby Trump.
Hey, real quick though. This is how bad I want to clear up real fast on why the Cowboys are clearly in the top 2 of my bottom 5 franchises, period. The Raiders traded a 4th round pick for Jonathan Mingo today.
Mm-hmm.
He has career 500 yards receiving. Career 500 yards receiving.
Career.
Losing franchise Cowboys traded a 4th rounder for Jonathan Mingo, while winning franchise Chiefs get a future Hall of Fame wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins for a conditional 5th rounder. That is where I want you guys to really sit and think on what the fucking shit is going on in Dallas. They continue to do stupid ass shit. When the Chiefs get this guy for a Chico stick and string cheese, DeAndre Hopkins, to make their team better to go 8-0, the Cowboys lose Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb's been nothing. They have no run game. Micah Parsons is doing more podcasts than rushing the passer. And we got a guy we give a 4th rounder to for a cheese stick or a piece of cheese and a Chico stick. What? This is why, man. This is why they're doing this is why the Cowboys are the Cowboys, dog. I'm just going to be honest. So I got to be real. Smitty, I don't know where T-Rich is. Let's see.
Hey, T-Rich come on Tuesdays or Thursdays?
Tuesday.
I thought it was Thursdays. That's why you kept saying T-Rich. I was like, I could have sworn T-Rich was on Thursdays, but maybe I'm tripping.
He's always on Tuesday.
Unless he come on 2 days a week. I don't know.
No, T-Rich Tuesday, dog.
I thought it was T-Rich Thursdays.
Hey, shout out to Mahomes even more, though. Don't you hate this, though? Hey, this is being a hypocrite right here. I'm just fucking around, by the way.
I already know.
All you pussies out there, just so you know. Oh, now you like Mahomes? No, I don't. But shout out to his mama for standing on business. Shout out for
Make America Great Again. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go. Shout out to Mahomes' mama, man. Shout out.
I'm surprised Mahomes threw the ball that many times to Kelsey, because you know where Kelsey and Taylor Swift stand, and then you see where Mahomes, his wife, and his mama stand.
Hey, but the Jason Kelsey's Trump, though, huh? Crazy.
Has he said that publicly?
I think so. If I could be wrong, I'm not gonna say.
I mean, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I haven't seen it, so I don't want to like say it, or you know what I'm saying. I don't know, but
I'm glad that people have their own opinion.
I guess in all fairness, Travis has like actually endorsed Kamala. He hasn't literally endorsed it, but we know like
I don't know if Travis has.
Yeah, Travis hasn't endorsed either side, but we know his girl has, and then we know Mahomes' girl has. Technically speaking, Mahomes himself and Travis himself have not endorsed either side, which I respect, because I don't think we need to. But there are people who they with, their main people, their mama, their girl, they have endorsed the side. So, I mean, that doesn't mean that they're on the same side, but, you know, it gives you some speculation of what side they're going to be on. Which, hey, do your thing. That's why we live in America. Y'all, I've been saying this from day one. We live in a free country. This is a democracy. Like, this is the reason we're here, to be able to vote for who you believe is best fit for our country and best fit for what you stand on. And neither side will ever be perfect. Every single election ever, there's going to be some BS on the left, some BS on the right, stuff you like on the left, stuff you don't like on the left, stuff you like on the right, stuff you don't like on the right. So you got to just look at all the whole package, all the ingredients on both sides, and decide which side do you think gives us a slight edge of being a little better. Which side you believe is going to get a little bit of, even though you might not like X, Y, Z, this, and that, but maybe you like this. Then you just got to weigh the pros and cons of both sides from where your heart is and what you believe in, and vote. And then we're not going to be on the same page because we all have different experiences. We care about different things. We're in different financial categories. We're different races, obviously, ethnicities. We grew up, everything's different. So there's no way we're all going to just be on the same side. And that's okay. That's America. That's the beauty of being an American, that you can have the freedom to vote for either side without there being controversy and all that. Just disagree peacefully and move on. And I just pray and hope that we don't start seeing a whole bunch of videos today of just violence at the polls, people being disrespectful on both sides, fighting. I got a bad feeling, and I hope I'm wrong. I just have a bad feeling about how the day's gonna go. So that's where I'm at, man.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. It's divided us. Regardless of who you like, it's divided us more than it's like brought us together, in my opinion. The voting, the Trump and the Kamala thing. Kamala to me, is not even a factor because she was never supposed to be in it. And that's what's crazy part about it is that's why and I'm just talking shit, not to Smitty, but like the micro thinking part of America. I look at it like, man, we don't really think outside the box when we look at this thing. Like this lady wasn't even involved. Now we're just going with it because she's the opposite of Trump. And I get it. You need 2 candidates, but like, that's the part I look at. Like,
I feel like based on your argument, though, you basically saying like the whole country 100% should just be on Trump's side, but like that's just not realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's not what I mean. I mean, like the candidacies, first of all, is a problem.
Yeah.
The 2 candidates being the only 2 is the first problem in America. That's number 1.
You've always said that.
I've always said out of 350 million Americans, these 2 are the only 2 that we have. An 80-year-old and a woman that nobody really, truly knows who she is and what she is.
Now, technically speaking, there are other names on the ballot. Technically speaking.
Yeah, but that doesn't. We know that's not it. Like that's not it. And I'm not a womanizer. I woman's pussy. Don't get it twisted up, homie. The problem is, I just see and Smitty, I don't think T-Rich can make it on. He said he would like to come on Thursday. This week. He's on Tuesdays, by the way, if you didn't know. But anyway, I don't mind a woman doing certain things, but I don't believe that now here's the thing. I don't believe that right now we just throw this woman in as our president is a good look for the simple fact that what we're currently in, the state we're currently in as a country, is the problem. Because I think Russia, hold on real quick. I think Russia, China will salivate at the fact that she's in office, and then we're going to have even bigger problems.
But you know they can't fuck with us, though. You taught me that. You told me that.
I'm not saying
no matter who in office.
But Smitty, the point is, do you want to be living in a war?
Of course not.
Well, that's my point. We never had a war under Trump.
But we say that as if Kamala wins, we know for a fact we're going to war, and if Trump wins, we know we're going to war.
I didn't say that.
It's not so black and white.
But I didn't say a fact. Show me when I said that's a fact. I said they're going to salivate at the fact she's in office. I didn't say we're going to have a war. I said that they will salivate at
I know,
that.
but you asked me that for a reason, though. You said, do you want to be in a war? Why'd you ask me that in correlation to Kamala then? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you asked me for a reason.
No, because you just said right now, you just said that how do you know that? And I said, I don't know that. I didn't say we'd be in a war. I said they would salivate over the fact she's in office and that they could possibly do something that I don't believe they would do with this man in office. That's all I'm saying. And you can call me a womanizer all you want. I just truly believe
I never called you a womanizer, but I know where you stand when it comes to women.
Yeah,
based upon just multiple things, whether it's culture, whether it's sports, whether it's
leadership roles,
all the stuff. So I know where you stand.
Leadership roles, I just don't believe women should be in certain roles. I'm not saying sit at home and cook. I'm just saying certain things are just for men. Now, I don't disagree. If there's a badass woman out there that could be the president of the United States, I would love to see it. I don't believe this is the one. We don't even know this lady, and she just been thrown in the thing. So that's just my take. I don't even care. It is what it is. Like it's not even worth arguing. Tonight there'll be a president or whoever tomorrow, whenever, or it's going to be some strung out shit. We won't know who's the president for a couple of weeks. It is what it is. We'll see what happens. But it is what it is. Either way, man. God be with us.
God bless America. At the end of the day, I said this before the show off camera. I think for them people with like just normal people who not evil, whatever, I think for the most part, foundationally, we all want the best for the country. Now, how to get there, we disagree a lot on how to get there. But we want stuff to be less expensive. We want to keep more money in our pocket. We want to feel safe. We want to be protected. We want to make we want our kids protected. We want this. We like foundationally, just as a whole picture. As if you live here, why would you not want the best for the country? We just disagree on who leadership will get us there to that position. That's where we disagree at. And at the end of the day, whoever wins, neither one of them are going to be able to do everything that they claim that they were going to do. They're going to do a little bit of what they said, and we'll see how that impacts the country on either side. But like JB said, either way, regardless of how you feel, we gonna know tonight or tomorrow or whatever. In the morning, we gonna know. So
yeah,
you're gonna deal with it.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and then I'll end it at this. Like, if you vote, go vote. But hopefully you do enough research to actually vote. Don't just vote if you don't know anything other than she's a black lady or she's a white dude. Don't vote if that's the case. Because to me, you even hinder us further and put us in a further, deeper hole. If you don't vote, like me, then after tonight, shut the fuck up. That's just is what it is. I'm a realist when it comes to that. I don't talk after the election because I don't vote. So I have no say at the end of the day. But I also don't vote for the simple fact that I don't trust it. And that's just what I've been on since day one. And
let me add this too before you close out. I want to say this too, though.
We're not going to close out. No closing out. Because we got a Bama legend, Smitty. and you two brothers got to end the show. I'm going to jump on. I'm going to hop on as the white dude in the middle. You get it?
Oreo?
No, you got two
That's
balls.
Oreo. Two brothers and a white dude in the middle. That's an Oreo cookie, homie.
Two balls and the big dick.
Nah, it'd be the small one, though. You white boy.
My bad.
You white
my
man.
bad. But let's bring in T. Rich's intro. Smitty, you two are going to hold it down. I'll get on the car and I'll
get off my show, JB. It's Big Smitty Show with Coach JB. Let's go to this video right now.
Yeah. I'm in my mode, ready to transform you into I hate a storm, Hail Marys, I make it pour. Good, I ain't lying, you little giants, we been defying. Rise, raise the course, be the balls, breaking down the walls. We all in once the coin guitars, type of plan of action, never acting. We need to scramble to get traction, we make it happen. Raise the book, we get it when the snap comes to raise, keep them up, Richardson, into the end zone.
Yeah, we got T. Rich in the building. The camera is clear. He's not in the car. He's at home. What's going on, my guy? I can't hear you. Ain't that about a biscuit with gravy? Is T. Rich on mute, Bailey? Can you hear me?
My bad.
Come on,
players,
T. You've been on the show for 3 years now. Come on.
Players mess up, you know.
How you doing, brother? Hey, man, it's a big week for you, man. It's a big week for you.
Yeah, man.
Bama versus LSU this week in Death Valley. They call it death, not death, death. I need to know your thoughts on this matchup right now, man. How you feeling? Is your heart beating fast? Bama has been interesting. It's been an interesting year. Like, at their best, they look like one of the top dog in the country. But at their worst, we've seen them take L's to teams that they shouldn't lose against. So going against the LSU team, who, you know, kind of similar as well, where they have some ups and downs as well. But we know how big of a rivalry this game is. What's your thoughts right now? What's your emotions going into this week?
Man, you know, it's one of those things that, man, they got to play Bama football. They got to play to the standard. Like, you can't play down to nobody's standard. This means a lot. You know, this means if you make the Big 12. If not, you know, if you make it to even get into that conversation, to have that. So, and it means a lot just for the rivalry too. You know what I'm saying? That's always gonna be a big rivalry. Those one of them type of games, man, is almost like Alabama and Auburn now, man. I would never place a bet on that game. Because you never know how it can go, man. Because that game is always a pre-national championship game when it comes down to SEC football for Alabama.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. And you mentioned this game will literally kick one of these teams out of the 12-team playoffs. I mean, they're both 6-2 right now. So I don't see a 3-loss team getting in. There's no way a 3-loss team gets in. So like you're right. Like this is almost a playoff game in essence, right? Yeah. Like for a teams that, you know, if you're LSU, you Bama, it's really like natty or nothing, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's not really. You know, I mean, especially Bama. LSU might be happy with a Rose Bowl or something, maybe, but like for the most part, it's really natty or nothing. So to your point, I'm sure that the guys got to go into this game thinking like that we're fighting for our playoff lives.
Right? Yeah, I mean, every game from now on got to be a one-season game. Like, you got to put it all on the table. I don't give a damn if they done practice for it. They know exactly what's coming for it. You're still coaching against that kid out there. Like, you got to find a way to dominate that kid, not the game playing all the time, at least that kid, that play. And so, man, it's one of those things. It's do or die every game. One game season for both teams, right?
Yeah.
For whoever come out on top. And it's a lot of teams right now that's in that situation. That's outside of the Alabama, the LSU's. You still got a couple other guys that's out there that some teams might get washed up on, man. Because I know is Army still undefeated right now? Or is it Navy?
Army still undefeated. Yeah.
Army. It's still some teams is like, hey, we might give y'all a run for your money. You get us up to that, that Big 12.
Yeah, that's real. You never know. You don't want to mess with that. You know what I'm saying?
Boise, you can't sleep on Boise, man. So, and how can you not
again.
have one of your top guys not in the playoffs too? Like that gives it another argument too.
Yeah, potential Heisman winner there. I want to go back to last week though. So you guys played Mizzou, if I'm not mistaken, and put Built to ass, as you like to say, 34-0, bounced back. I'm sure you had a chance to watch that game. Okay, see, every time I think that y'all had a big win and it's impressive, you as a Bama legend, you're never fully impressed. Tell me why. 34-0, you got the goose egg. As a defensive player, getting those goose eggs always feel amazing when you shut the other team down. Why are you not, impressed by the win? Because I can tell by your face.
Well, I'm on both sides of the fence, man. Because I'm not going to not credit the defense. I'm not going to credit what the defensive staff did. But being one of those OGs and being around a guy like Kirby Smart and Nick Saban is like that's supposed to happen. Like that. Like I can't. That's almost giving an A. Giving a gift for a kid making an A. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to compare it to that. I know it's different than that, man. But that's just the OG of me. But I am happy that the defense has stepped up and they're coming into to one. And I'm not going to just harp on one game and say that, hey, yeah, we back and this is that. Now we still got a lot of football to learn and to catch up on. To say that we're one of them teams that can win it. Not just make the playoffs. I'm talking about win it. We're not that team yet. We're going to get there. Hopefully we can this year. And I think that, we had a talent. We do have the coaching staff to do it, man. They just got to adjust to know that it's SEC play and it's different, man. It's like no other.
SEC is different, man. You always hear that, man. People always say the SEC this, SEC that. And, we seen it, though. The proof's in the pudding. I'm going to transition, though, man. So there was I don't know if you saw this, and I think there might be a video, but there was like a touching moment here. It was a father-son moment as Mark Few was able to get his son some tick on opening night, but unfortunately VJ Edgecombe dunked on him. You see this video right here, man. You as obviously a father, you know what I'm saying, you always talk about your son, and just not just on the football side, but just the grades and being great. So I'm sure you could appreciate a father, being able to coach his son at the college level, give him some time on the court. But then on the opposite side, he go out there and get dunked on. As I guess, what's your reaction to to seeing that moment, just from like a father's perspective, right? Like put yourself in his shoes.
For me, man, I see it all the time, man. Like anytime I see my son go out there and playing ball, or I know we done worked on something, and especially for now, like my younger son, like he's stepping into his bag and like he's becoming like, okay, he getting a sense of urgency of everything now. Like he talking on the field, he's making calls on defense, like he's running the defense. And when he out there playing on the offensive side, he's blocking good, he's running good, man. He's running all his plays, and it's we always talk about TJ, but my younger son, man, is gonna be just as good. And so to even see that part of it, man, like look at what Brian is doing, right?
Yeah,
like a lot of people hating on that, bro. Like for what? Like I was talking to a coach, and he coached a lot of kids. Matter of fact, my guy Clayton, the guy that started Battle and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and Clayton was on the Typha show and stuff like that. And I was like, man, what would you have done different for your son to help him out more, or just what you had done different about the little league, aspect of it? He was like, man, I probably did more for my son. Like I did a lot for a lot more kids, and I was a little bit harder and probably too harder on my son, and didn't politic in a way for him to win at all times. And I should have just been on his side a little bit more and done more for him because he deserved it too. And then at the same time, like you got to take care of you. Like that's your heart. That's you. And so it meant more to me to hear that, man. And And I always like my big mentor is Bobby Humphrey, and I was asking about, why didn't he let his son go with a certain agent, man? And this agent got a lot of coaches and GMs also, and he was like, man, the reason I didn't, because if something happened to you, you done, and something happened to one of them GMs or the head coaches, like, who you think he gonna agree with, or who gonna have a longer career? You're gonna go with the guy that's gonna have a longer career.
Right.
And so I never had anybody tell me that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just a blessing to get that from him.
Now that's real true, T. Rich, and to kind of back up that, you mentioned LeBron, and obviously he's getting pushed back. At times I even might be pushed back a little bit on it early on as well. But at the end of the day, and I'm not a father yet, so you guys can educate me. But ain't the job of a parent to obviously you want to coach your kid up and be tough on them to prepare them for the real world, but you want them to have a better life than what you had, right? And if you've been blessed to be in a power position to where you could have some influence to help your kid out, son or daughter, whether that's, if you're the CEO of a company, if you're in a higher managing role, or if you're an NBA, NFL player or coach, and you have a little bit of power to be able to give your kid a little bump or a little bit of edge, why not? Why wouldn't you do that? I don't know. Why shouldn't you do that? And people might say, oh, it's not fair. It's nepotism. Life ain't fair. But in the day, I put myself in this position for my family at the end of the day. So why would I not help my family out? Because I'm worried about what y'all gonna say or your opinion? I don't know. I just don't get it.
Well, the thing is, it ain't like our kids ain't going through the same thing. They still going through it. They still putting in the work. I mean, shit, you see plenty of guys do it. I mean, everybody ain't got the man in jeans. He could call shots like you want to and say that my son not coming to your program.
Right.
You don't have that. You don't have the JJ Watts them. You don't have all that. But to have that, I mean, that is special to have.
Yeah.
And if we got a chance to use it, all these billionaires do the same thing. Donald Trump.
Years.
Come on, all this stuff, all these big brands, Walmart, all that stuff trickle down from generational wealth. That's how you create generational wealth. So why would I not help out my child? Why would I not do anything I can to make my kid dreams bigger and above and beyond? And that's if he want it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He gotta want it.
Yep. Two things can be
I'm
true,
gonna
man.
do everything. I mean, it's hard to sit there and say when Coach Saban told me, said, man, I've never spent a full day with any one of my kids, but I've made plenty of guys millionaires.
That's a bar.
Hey, two things can't be true. Bronny James is still shitty. But anyway.
So I want to switch gears a little bit, T-Rich, on that note, man. And we got to talk a little bit of NFL, man. You as a running back, I've seen you make some incredible plays, whether that's at the college level or at the NFL level, man. And we saw one of the most incredible plays athletically I've ever seen on the football field. Saquon Barkley, man. Backwards reverse hurdle. Please tell me, when you saw this play, T-Rich, and let's just keep it playing, Belly, on rotation. When you saw this play, what was your initial reaction, number one? And then number two, can you explain how difficult this is from a running back position, please?
Don't do it too much longer. We'll get copyrighted later.
Oh, okay, my fault, man. I won't get you in trouble.
Man, listen, it's one of those things.
Explain that, T-Rez. Explain that play right there, because I used to do that shit all the time, but I want to know from you what you think.
It was one of them things when you look at it well, what the hell? What the hell are you doing? What the? Oh, okay. All right.
Because it's the whole run, bro. He dead legged me first. He right left. Came in, juke, spin off. That off the back was crazy. Then
bro, I guarantee you they PED tested him the next day. I guarantee you they drug tested him the next day, bro. I guarantee.
I'm about to look it up and see.
Ain't no way he doing all that, bro. That man, listen, bro. That man, listen. He been practicing that since he was being a kid, though. That's something you do, jumping on the bed, outside, trampoline. He been waiting to hit that since he was 6', bro. I'm telling you, he been doing that ever since then. That's you out in the backyard, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you catching on the sideline type stuff.
Yeah.
He been waiting to do that forever, and he finally hit it.
Finally had the perfect moment, that's impressive, man. Saquon been balling. If it wasn't for your guy, your Bama guy, Derrick Henry, I would say Saquon was looking like the best back in the league. But Derrick Henry got over 1,000 yards in 9 games. The man's on pace for
Bruh.
another 2,000 yard season, and he's doing that with the quarterback who also has over 500 rushing yards himself. Lamar got more rushing yards than fucking half the running backs. And then you yourself is still leading the league in rushing. Like, think about that dominance, man. How is Derrick Henry doing this at this age and at this point in his career? All the beating he's taking, all the big time hits. How is Derrick Henry the best running back in the league still?
Man, they too small. They is no one in here that you gonna tell me a linebacker that's 225 that's fit to go hit this 260 freight
Hey,
train.
T-Red, it's because they're doing shit that we talked about, getting an I formation and doing shit that the NFL don't want to face anymore. They want to defend
North and
RPO. Linebackers like Patrick Queen and them now down to 215, 220, now got to go against a 250-pound back. They don't want to defend that no more, so now you catching them with a bad medicine omen, which we used to use. Now you've caught their ass years later at being light in the ass.
Everything's full circle, JB. Everything, because now what's gonna happen is teams gonna be like, oh, okay, let's be like the Ravens, let's be like the Chargers, let's line up at 22 personnel in I formation, and let's get a big back, let's be physical. Now what's gonna happen in reaction to that? Teams are gonna have to start getting bigger linebackers now again and bigger safeties.
Tight ends, bigger tight ends. Like it's gonna go back to that old school smash mouth football.
You're even seeing it slowly in basketball. I just saw a stat. Lord have look at them prices, JB.
Please, Jesus, don't let Kamala continue to do this.
Listen, and we even seen it on the basketball side. I saw a stat. I see Zach Edey, the rookie from Memphis, who played at Purdue. You know, he's 7'5", he's 7'5", big dude, traditional center. Dropped 25, 12, and 5 the other day. Like we're seeing the big man, the physical game slowly matriculate in multiple sports as well. And Kamala ain't the reason for the gas price. She's the VP. So, but go ahead and jump in, T. Rich.
She the sole reason.
She's not. He's the VP.
Hey, I'm using big words over here. You said matricular.
I'm gonna get on this freeway, man. Love y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
JB, you soft as hell. It's the second time you jumped out early. Be safe though. Put your seatbelt on and don't text and drive.
I don't wear seatbelts.
Put the condom on, homie. And go
I'm
vote.
White. I'm white, homie. I don't need seatbelts.
JB, go vote, homie.
I don't vote. It's rigged. It's rigged anyway. Hey, T-Rich, I ain't gonna get pulled over anyway. Shut up.
Put your fist down, white boy. I gotta check him every time you put that fist on. I gotta check him. It's your fault, T. Rich. It's your fault. Y'all be giving JB a pass because he's from the hood, and y'all feel like he down with the brothers. And he's still a white man at the end of the day. 2 days can be true, homie.
Listen, I seen a man crip walk, bro. What kind of
No.
man.
He blood. He rock with the blood. You can't even say yeah. You can't.
I seen a man hit the wall. He did one of those. He had the elbows up. That's whatever that is. He was doing. So,
he was doing his thing, man. He was doing his thing. Let me ask you this, man. And this one wasn't even on the rundown, but I got to bring it up to you, man. Colorado, Coach Prime, Deion. Right now, they are in the position where things continue to flow a certain way, where they may be able to sneak into the Big 12 championship, which obviously if they won that will put them in the 12-team playoff race. Obviously, right now they're already bowl eligible. There's been a lot of talk about Coach Prime and Colorado the last couple of years. The people who hated on them, like they loved last season and them going in that downward spiral, only winning 4 games. Mm-hmm. But now they're both eligible for the first time, and I don't know how long, and they're rolling. Shador's looking like top 3 quarterback in the nation right now. The O-line, D-line's playing better. Are you impressed by from which? Again, we're not comparing them to Bama and like the top dog, but just in general, like, are you impressed by what Deion has did and turned this thing around and so quickly?
Man, I think what Deion has done, bro, it's amazing, right? Like, we've never seen this from first of all in a community, for the culture. We've never seen that happen so fast. And then to see how he's doing it is different. You're right. He's changing the game. He's even, paying GAs. Like, he's doing it at a different scale to where he's getting the right guys in the building, and he's getting all the guys that he knew that was going to be dogs. And I think that he's had a great supporting cast like Coach Saban, will send him 2 or 3 coaches up there or recommend him like, hey, this is what you need to be, that guy. If you don't do nothing with this right here, something wrong with you. And I think Deion has seen that and he's developing, bro. And he's making those kids get it out the mud when it comes to coaching style with those old school coaches.
Yeah, man. Nah, listen, shout out to Coach Brown. I think he has to be in the conversation for Coach of the Year. I think Coach Cignetti at IU probably will be at the lead, but I think Coach Brown got to be at least in the conversation for what he's doing, and all the naysayers who didn't believe, we believe right now, man. He's doing his thing. I'm gonna move on to one more topic, and then if we can, Bailey, I would love to take maybe like 2, 3 calls, so people can like maybe ask T Rich something as we close out. But one more topic I want to jump into: Lane Kiffin threw a football out of frustration on the sideline during Ole Miss's game versus Arkansas, and there's people online talking about it, whatever, having their own comments, about what they think. Obviously, I know you and Lane, like that's your guy right there. So to me, I don't think there's nothing of it. To me, football's play with emotion. Sometimes as coaches and players, we have a moment where we might lose it for a second. We saw, was it yesterday, Bailey? We brought up that coach from what was the team name? Can't remember the team name, but the O-line coach ran out on the field, was spazzing out, yelling at his offensive lineman, and people were saying he should be fired or should get suspended or whatever the case may be. To me, if you play football, that's just a part of it. It's an emotional game. But did you have a problem with that? I guess seeing Coach Kiffin, had that moment and throw the ball.
Be real. Coach Kiffin, what Kiffin did, he was getting built the ass. I'm saying, I get it. He's frustrated. I mean, you got to think about it, bro. Like, you got guys like Kiffin, especially Nick Saban. Like, these guys are real geniuses. Like, Rolando McClain used to, we used to have a players meeting every Thursday. He used to come in there and cuss us out, Rolando McClain, my freshman
every Thursday.
year. And, man, he used to tell us, like, how are we fucking this up? We got a genius as a coach. Like, what are we doing? Like, this man giving us the answers to the test. So, like, when you got a guy that's like Nick and Kirby and Lane, like, that knows the game inside out, like, they're telling you and showing you exactly what's going to happen on the test. Like, it's just up to you to fulfill it. Like, they giving you the answers. And so that's why them guys get frustrated like that now. That what the coach from ULM did, man, you got to listen. It's certain ways you can look at this. I get the old school way. I get that. But now you got these kids that's grown up on social media, and their role is so different. And then as a parent, like how you want me to look at you putting your hand on my child? Or if my child temper, if he already don't pop off, like, you might have to see me afterwards. I mean, but it's so different, bro, because I was raised in a way to where, like, you could do that. I get that. But on national TV nowadays, it makes it so much different, bro. It makes it so much different. And it's like, I get what he was doing, but it's like, you look at it so different, man, because we had a situation like that. And I'm not for putting hands on kids, but it's certain ways to get to kids, man. I don't think that it has to go that far nowadays. But I get it. Like, that's how I grew up, and that's what I knew. And that was nothing compared to what I've seen.
That was nothing really.
And been a part, like, been on the other side to where, like, oh, all right, coach. Yeah, that was nothing. But I think when people get older, like, he at an age now, like, his parents ain't even doing that to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I see. So for him, it's like, huh? This
is another grown man doing. Yeah, like,
right. I see what you're saying.
Like, my reaction as a grown man, like, bro, like, what? Like, and we're on national TV. Like, you think you're just gonna be punking me? Like, if he was coming from where we come from, like that, it's just totally different when you look at it. I ain't even talking about, like, he should do this and do that. Like, I'm just saying, like, as a reaction of what I know, if Nick would, man, listen, Nick, coach, got to calm down. This ain't what you. You talk to me different, coach. I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying?
But you do know this, T. Rich, like, coaches know who they could get away with doing
that.
Yeah, and every player is different. Some players doing that will get them fucking fired up and they're gonna start balling. Some players gonna shut down. Some players like you might, you know what I mean, might throw hands. Like everything is different. So you got to know who your players are. I do think he probably overreacted and he got overly emotional. Reason why I didn't spaz out and I don't think he should be punished, but I saw an article that he's actually getting some form of punishment internally, is because again the way I grew up at like in high school, even and definitely college,
that was normal. Like
my D coordinator ran up to me in practice and like I'm not saying it's cool. I'm just saying that's just what it was. Like I just, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, but you know, with social media,
that's why it's like that's why I said what I said. Like that was normal how I grew up, but at a certain age, it's kind of like
chill out.
Like, like bro, hold on.
We both grown, right?
I'm grown and you grown.
We both get NIL, homie.
Yeah, I vote, you vote. Like you can go get a drink, I can go get a drink. You gotta think about it. Those kids now, like over and especially at that school, they ain't coming out in 3 years. Like they might be there 5. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe 6.
Yeah, maybe
over
6.
Year. Right.
Yeah, like them grown men over there, like you
mess around and jump his ass after
the
game.
You think you just gonna and then I'm lifting weights all day and stuff. Like you just coaching now. Like
all his homies probably on his car to sponsor the game. Like, damn, you let your coach punk you like that. So now he's getting more pissed and more embarrassed. Yeah. So now he got to call the family up. He got to call his uncle and them to pull up, and his closest teammate. They know where you live, coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right there on campus.
If they ain't already outside.
Right there on off McCormick, off 6 and McCormick. So like
I'm just saying they gotta be careful with that, man. Like for real, cause these kids these days, man,
will beat your ass.
Yeah, bro. Like, get on your ass. They get on your ass. Yeah. Them kids speaking out. They speaking out.
And they ain't just speaking out, you gotta be careful. I don't want to be on YouTube, but you know,
ain't no more coach gonna be down there choking the motherfucker out. Nah, coach.
Glock.
Ain't your battle no more, coach.
Stay in your lane, coach. Stay in your lane. Hey man, I want to end it off though. I want to give the fans a chance. I'm gonna take 2 callers. Whoever the first 2 is, drop the link in the chat real quick, please, Bailey. Whoever the first 2 people who want to jump in and ask T Rich a question. We've never done this before, so I want to give y'all a chance. Ask a serious question. Don't be on here playing around. The first 2, the link just dropped. So hurry up. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes total, and we out this thing. So click on that link. Any question you have for T Rich, man, we're gonna bring y'all in. In the meantime, while we waiting, who y'all got this weekend? As far as your son, man, you gotta. Oops. Whoa. Hey. You got me, T Rich?
Man, we actually got the championship for both of my sons
this weekend.
For regular season play. I mean for regular, inner city. Yeah, so both of them got championship games, and so man, I'm proud of both of them, bro. Like both of them showed me a lot this year, especially my youngest boy, man. Like I said, I'm proud he getting a sense of urgency of everything, and he's getting. What we talked about in the summer, what he wanted to work on. Mm-hmm. Like he pulling his weight. You know what I'm saying? He's letting them know, like, hey, I ain't the little bro. Like I'm him.
Are they still teammates?
Or they not. They in separate leagues. Yeah, they in separate leagues. Yeah,
what's the age gap again? I forgot how. What's the age gap?
He's 9. He's actually 9. TJ's 12. Okay. But they're a year apart in grade because I started school early because he talked too damn much. He had to get out the house. And so TJ's in the 6th and he's in the 5th grade. So they're going to play high school ball together.
That's going to be crazy, right?
Yeah, bro.
Crazy.
Both of them at linebacker, you know what I'm saying? And both of them flip. Both of them play receiver or something like that. It's going to be crazy. And they're going to
linebacker will be crazy. It's like the Ravens. Both you have fucking Ray Lewis and what's my man name? Who Ray played next to? I'm having a brain for it. I know what I'm talking about. Bald head. He hurt his Achilles playing basketball. Drop it in the chat. T-Suds. But hold on, we got our 2 callers, man. So I'm gonna bring in the first person, man. Chance Barnett. Go ahead and bring him in, Bailey. What's going on, Chance?
Yo, Smitty, T Rich, what's going on?
What's going on, Chance?
Nothing much, my guy. Thanks for calling in, man. What's your question or comment for T Rich?
T Rich, man. Obviously, you grew up in the era before NIL. what you think about the state of the game, man? You think these kids that lost the hunger or the love, or what you think the kids playing for nowadays? Because the game ain't the same. The same passion. I don't really see it the same era that you guys played back in the day. You think about LSU, Bama, and those type of games nowadays. So, what's your thoughts, man?
Man, it's a business, man. Like it's not played the same way because we did stuff because we were taught from 6 on up or 5 on up playing for the love of the game. Like that's what killed me. Like when the game wasn't, for the love and I got traded, like it wasn't the same for me. And so, right now, man, I think that these guys need to get back to the hunger of it. And it starts, man, when you talking about little league programs, man, it starts then. Like, yeah, it starts in a little league program, man. So you got to be careful who you put your kids around. And then for middle school ball and high school ball, all that stuff is a trickle effect, bro. Like the transfer portal, all that stuff starts way before college now. Like it starts in little league. These kids are throwing their weight around. These parents are throwing their weight around with these kids, and so these kids don't know how to commit or to be loyal to anything because they're not taught that anymore. They're not taught to, you're going to be my brother for the rest of my life because we've been battling with each other since, or for 2 or 3 years. Now these kids going from team to team every year, and those kids don't even get a chance to even be family with these next guys. You know what I'm saying? With these guys you're supposed to be battling with for at least 4 years. And so they don't understand that part of it, man. So it's taught at an early age to get out of it, man. So it's not the same, bro. And then now they're able to make the dollar, which I'm for kids getting paid because they use these kids, like even in little league sports, bro. Like they be betting on them kids. They do all that stuff when we know it, you know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things to where like these kids need to learn and these families got to get educated on how to handle certain stuff. We can't put people in place that that you've never seen handle money. Like, how can you hire somebody for that? Like I went through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nothing that's something I learned just trying to take care of family, but I should have made them go take a class, go follow them for a year or two. How Brian did his stuff. Like, that's stuff that you learn, bro. But you look at the perfect athlete for that, bro. You have to look at Brian.
That's real, man. That's real. Now, thanks for that question, Chan. That was a hell of a question. Thanks for the answer. Let's bring on our next one, man. Shed McCoy. I want to go in the order which they came in on. What's going on, my guy?
Yeah, what up, gentlemen?
What's going on? What question you got for T. Rich?
What do you think about these, I want to say, top 3, top 4 running backs right now in college? Who do you think is the most NFL ready, or who do you think will have the most success in the NFL? I know it's hard to predict that kind of thing, but Omarion Hampton, you got Johnson from Iowa, and then obviously Ashton Genty, and then even maybe Judkins and the other running back from Ohio State. Which of those guys do you think is the most NFL ready or will have the most success? Thank you, guys. Smitty, Colts suck, by the way.
Ah, man, I appreciate that. You can take them off while T. Rich answers. Okay, what you think? Best running back?
I mean, that's tough, man. It just like when you talking about the run game now, bro, it just got to be at the right program.
Yeah.
Like if he at the right program, it's something that really fits him, and it ain't something that he's supposed to be like just changing overnight.
Yeah.
And especially if it's not catered to his type game.
Yeah.
Bro, it's gonna take a little bit.
System is so important, right?
Yeah, the system is very important when it comes to running backs when you get to the NFL. Like, if they never played in that, like people was talking about Derrick Henry going to Philly, that don't fit him. Like, why would he be in that type of offense?
Yeah.
And not saying that he can't do it, but that's something he hasn't been doing his whole life. Let's keep him to something that's gonna keep him downhill in the shot. I mean, in the dot, behind the quarterback.
Yeah.
Instead of being on the side of him, so he can see it. And so, man, that's it was a smart decision when he made that decision to go to Baltimore.
Yeah.
But it got to be the right system, man.
Now, T. Rich, I know I said two, but my homie called in. I kind of want to end it. So we got 2 people in here. Let's just bring them both on real quick, and we're gonna. This is the last one officially. Both of y'all, I got my homie FA. My brother, my teammate at Ball State, calls in all the time. And we got long-time member Joe Accord real quick. We're going to end on this one, though. This is the last 2. So y'all take the floor. FA was first, Joe. So
FA, go ahead.
T. Rich, and then go from there.
FA, go ahead.
Yeah, you guys hear me, right?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah, so
obviously T Rich, man, you've been through a lot of ups and downs just through your football journey. This is really for like mentoring the younger generation. What are some things you did to help yourself get through tough times, whether it's injuries, whether maybe you not having as much success as you thought you might have, or you having a lot of success and having to stay grounded?
Great question.
I had to say, man, like the most success I had when I was protected, like when I was around Coach Saban, like when I was around that program, and they kept us like in our own little bubble. Like we don't really know what's outside of Tuscaloosa or how big Tuscaloosa is when you ain't on campus, and like we don't really know how big it really is. But he kept us protected, bro, and he kept us like that for a reason. Like, and when I got to the next level, like I didn't have that protection around me. And so like I had to learn how to, to find that to where it was like my people not pulling on me. Like and I gotta help everybody. Like he kept that away from us. And so I think that's one of them things, bro. Like mentally you gotta be healthy first. And like mentally you gotta be thinking your brand, football at all time. And so when you're talking about the next level, bro, when it comes to just the mindset of stuff, man, I say, man, for me, when I went, my biggest thing was for me to get back to loving football, but I had to start loving on myself to know that, hey, whatever I do, like it got to be me first to love the sport and not, loving on everybody else. So when me going to Canada, bro, I had to get by myself and like just grind. Like I had to go out there for everybody couldn't be able to put their hands on me.
That's real. That was a hell of a question. FA's a high school football coach in East Lansing and Michigan doing his thing. So appreciate that, my brother.
Hey,
and you see the hat. Live for the day. LFCCultiveBrand.com. Get your hat right now. Last one, Joe Accord. We're going to take FA off. Joe Accord. I'm going to talk to you later, FA. Joe Accord ended off, man. This is the bona fide weather man. He knows all things about weather, T Rich. So let's go ahead and get your question, though, whatever it is. And we're going to end
we just got tornadoes in Oklahoma, so I've been busy. T Rich, I got a couple questions for you, big guy.
A couple.
Volume running backs. Back in the day, the guys that, growing up in college and high school were getting 30, 40 carries a game. They go into college and they get these carries, and then they get to the NFL and they're only getting like 15, 20. How is the transition been from seeing the third down back go? It's been decreased. I've seen some studies where like you got Joe Mixon and you got Derrick Henry out there, and you got a couple other guys. Saquon is another 3-down back. But back in the day, there was about 15 third-down backs in the league, and I think it was like right in the era that you came in and right when you're in and out of your era. What was the difference? What's the reason why running backs were like the third down back kind of decreased and they kind of went to a stable? And I'll take it off here.
It's one of those things, man. Like it's kind of, you got to know what that team want. Like, third down backs are usually those guys that can block also. And if you can't block, like they needed somebody else there, and and a guy that can run routes also, because you might have to get in the route tree. But like if you notice, like Mark wasn't the best blocker when we was at Bama, and so they used to bring me in on third down a lot. Of put Roy Upchurch in there. I was a little bit special because I love blocking, and that was my thing. I wasn't gonna let nobody beat me up. Like we'd be in the film room watching blocking, and Mark used to be getting roasted, like toasted up in there. Like he knew it too. He was like, "Man, come on, look at this. Like, look what I just did. Look what I just didn't do." Like, but it was like stuff like that kind of separated us when it came to being a complete back. When it comes from the third down back to, and not saying that he wasn't a complete back, but that makes a part of it. And that's something he grew on too. Like he got better at it in the NFL. Like he didn't have to be off the field as much. And he became a third down back also, right? And so that's one of those things, like, and one of those things to where like how to do the blitz pickup, like the coverages, like your reaction is gonna always be like you're gonna fit the right blitz and you're gonna know what you had to do. So that was just like somebody that they can really trust, that third down back, man. So yeah, it's different though, man. Like now it's hard to have a third down back out there at all time, or to have a full block now. I mean, full third down back now, because the build up in the carries is not the same no more, because you're not able to get the guys going as much, right? Like you get a 35 carries, 25 carries. Back in the day, you're not getting that many carries no more because it's a pass lead. Now I think it's going to get back there, as we're talking about with Derrick Henry running downhill.
Holy
He getting his
Saquon,
carries. It's going to get back there, and I think that. And we know running backs, you got to get in the flow of the game. It ain't no just give me the ball and I can just run a 80-yard route, you know what I'm saying? Or a post, and it's going to be right there when I catch it. Nah, you got to get through the line of scrimmage. You got to make people miss. You got to do all that. You got to block the concept in front of you and all that. And so, man, it's not one of those things to where like these kids are not putting the work in, but it's just, whatever program they at, and if they're passing 10, they're passing 10.
Yep, you got to fit into that program. The program ain't gonna necessarily fit into you. So, but T-Rich, man, I appreciate you for staying a little late, man, taking these questions from the fans. I don't think we've ever done that for you or had fans call in and talk to you directly.
I like it, bro.
I like that too, man, and I know the fans appreciate it too. You gave some good answers, good response, great questions to the fans. Shout out to Joe Accord, of course, at the end as well. And T-Rich, man, hey, we gonna see you Thursday, I think.
Yeah, Thursday.
Go vote. T-Rich, who you voting for? I forgot who you say you was voting for. That was good with T-Rich, man. I'm a high at you, man. Hey, fans, we love y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Go vote. I know I did. I voted for whoever I voted for. That's the country we live in. We have that freedom. You go vote for whoever you think you want to vote for, and keep the peace. Don't be out there arguing, fighting, starting stuff because somebody else may think different than you. It's okay to disagree and still show love, and that's what I want for our country. That's what I want to showcase to the young people within the country. If you on Team Trump and you on the MAGA side, do your thing. If you on Team Kamala side, do your thing. No side is stupid for voting one side, and you don't have the knowledge, and you need to dig deeper, and you don't do that. Listen, we just disagree, y'all, and that's okay. Pick the side that you support. You want to vote for Kennedy? He on the list. It ain't just Kamala and Trump, so you can vote for other people too. So you do your thing, man, and y'all enjoy your day. Be blessed. Be safe. And I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, man. Big Smitty, Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We out. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast, you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the ass a rap. We what the game's been missing. We